Guys, should I give this to him? Child? Okay. Pick up on it. Okay. Illidu. Illidu. ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ
Vishnu Sahasranama chanting. After that, Guruji will present his talk. We will have group.
ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ
ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿದ್ಬಿಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಕುಡಿದ್ಬಿಡಿಯಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಹುಷಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ.
प्रसन्नवदनं ध्याये सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये व्यासमनश्शनप्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः अविकाराय शुद्धाय जियाय परमात्मने सदैकरूपरूपाय विष्णवे सर्वजिष्णवे यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्मसंसारबन्धनात् विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे नमो नमो विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे श्रीवैष्णवाय उवाच श्रुत्वा धर्मानशेषेण पावनानि च सर्वशः युधिष्ठिरशान्तनवं पुनरेवाभ्यभाषत युधिष्ठिर उवाच किमेकं दैवतं लोके किं वाप्येकं परायणं स्तुवन्तः कमलमर्चन्तः प्राप्नुयुर्मानवा शुभम् को धर्मः सर्वधर्माणां भवतः परमो मदः किं सपन्मुच्यते जन्तुर्जन्म संसारबन्धनात् श्रीकृष्णोवाच जगत्प्रभुं देवदेवमनन्तं पुरुषोत्तमं स्तुवन्नाम सहस्रेण पुरुषः सततोऽन्यः तमेव चार्चयन् नित्यं भक्त्या पुरुषमव्ययम् ध्यायन् स्तुवन्नमस्यंश्च यजमानस्तमेव च अनादिनिधनं विष्णुं सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं लोकाध्यक्षं स्तुवन् नित्यं सर्वदुःखविदो भवेत् ब्रह्मण्यं सर्वधर्मज्ञं लोकानां कीर्तिवर्धनं लोकनाथं अतद्भूतं सर्वभूतभवोद्भवम् सर्वधर्माणां धर्मोऽधिकतमो मतः यद्भक्त्या पुण्डरीकाक्षं सवैरर्थेन रसदा परमम्यो महत्तेजः परमम्यो महत्तपः परमम्यो महद्ब्रह्म परमम्यकरायणम् पवित्रम्यो मङ्गलानां च मङ्गलम् दैवतं देवतानां च भूतानां योगयन्विदा यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि भवत्यादिवागमे यस्मिन् च प्रलयं याति तदेव युगक्षये तस्य लोकप्रधानस्य जगन्नाथस्य भूपते विष्णोर्नाम सहस्रं मे शृणु पावयावहम् यानि नामानि गौणानि विख्यातानि महात्मनः ऋषिभिः परिगीतानि तानि वक्ष्यामि भूतये ऋषिर्नाम्नां सहस्रस्य वेदव्यासो महामुनिः छन्दो दुष्टुं तथा देवो भगवान् देवकीसुतः अमृताक्षुद्भवो बीजं शक्तिर्देवकीनन्दनः हृदयं तस्य शान्त्यर्थे वियुज्यते विष्णुं विष्णुं महाविष्णुं प्रभविष्णुं महेश्वरम् अनेकरूपदैत्यान्तं नमामि पुरुषोत्तमम् श्रीविष्णुसहस्रनामस्तोत्रमहामन्त्रस्य श्रीवेदव्यासो भगवान् ऋषिः अनुश्रुच्छन्दः श्रीमहाविष्णुपरमात्मा श्रीमन्नारायणमुदेकः अमृतांशुद्भवो भानुर्बीजम् देवकी नन्दन सृष्टेति शक्तिः उद्भवः शोभनो देवैः परमो मन्त्रः शङ्खवृन्दनकी चक्रीति तकम् शार्दलन्वा कलाधरैर्यस्तम् तथाङ्गपाणिरक्षोभ्यैः नेत्रम् सामगस्तामीति कवचम् आनन्दं परब्रह्मेति योनिः ऋतुसुदर्शनकालैति दिग्बद्धः श्रीविश्वरूपैः ध्यानम् श्रीमहाविष्णुप्रीत्यर्थे सहस्रनामजपे श्रीरोत्तर्मत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत्सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् माला कृता सतसहस्रमणिकमणिनिलये मौक्तिकमण्डिताङ्गाः आनन्दीनः पुरीनादविरण्यकराशङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः भूमादौ यस्य नाभिर्व्यसतनिरश्चन्द्रसौर्यं शनैते कर्णावाशा शिरोद्यं पुनमुक्तनो यस्य वासेयमग्निः अन्तःसंयस्य विश्वं सुरनरपतिको कोटिगन्धर्वदैत्यैः चित्रं प्रम्रम्यते तं त्रिभुवनौषं विष्णुमीशं नमामि शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृद्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् मेघश्यामं पीतकौशेयवासं श्रीवत्साङ्गं कौस्तुभोद्भासिताङ्गं पुण्योपेतं पुण्डरीकायताक्षं विष्णुं वन्दे सर्वलोकैकनाथम् अनेकरूपरूपायाक्षरे प्रभविष्णवे सचक्रं सकीर्तकुण्डलं सकीर्तवस्त्रं सरसीरुदेक्षणम् साधवक्षसर्वोऽपिकौस्तुभं नमामि विष्णुं शिरसाग्रगुरुयामि नायायाम्बाविदातस्य केशसिंहासनोपरि आसीनमङ्गुलक्षवलं कृतम् चन्द्रानं चतुर्बाहु श्रीवत्साङ्गिरवक्षसं रुक्मिणी सत्यभामाभ्यां सहितं कृष्णमाश्रये साक्षी क्षेत्रं योगो योगविदां नेता प्रधानपुरुषेश्वरः नारसिंहः श्रीमान् केशवः पुरुषोत्तमः सर्वशर्वशिवस्ताभूतादिर्यः संभवो भावनो कर्ता प्रभव प्रभीश्वरः स्वयं भूषण पुरादित्य पुष्कराक्षो महास्वनः अनाभिघ्नो भ्राता विधाता दुरुत्तमः अप्रमेयो श्रीवेदा पद्मनाभो परप्रभुः विश्वकर्मा मनुष्यस्य सवितरो ध्रुवः अग्रविष्टो लोकिताक्षं प्रदर्दनः प्रभुदस्त्रीगतामकैतमकरं परम् ईशानं प्राणो ज्येष्ठ श्रेष्ठ प्रजापतिः हिरण्यगर्भो भूगर्भो माधवो मधुसूदनः ईश्वरो विक्रमी दन्वी मेधावी विक्रमः अनुत्तमो दुरादर्श कृतज्ञात्मवान् शरणं शर्मा विश्वरेता प्रजाभवः संवत्सरो ज्ञानप्रत्यय सर्वदर्शनः अज सर्वेश्वरसिद्धसिद्धि सर्वाधिरच्युतः पुरुषार्थात्मा सर्वयोगविस्मृतः वसुमनासत्य समात्मा संविदः समः अमोघकुण्डलीकाक्षो वृषकर्मा वृषाकृतिः रुद्रो पक्षिधरावः विश्वयोगीश्वरीश्वरः विश्वसेनो जनार्दनः वेदो वेदविदविनिको वेदांगो वेदवित्कविः लोकाध्यक्षो धर्माध्यक्षः कृताकृतः चतुरात्मा चतुर्व्यूहः चतुर्भुजः आदिशुद्धो जनभोक्ता सहिष्णुर्जगदाधिपः विश्वयोनि पुनर्वसुः सर्गो नियमो यमः प्रवेश्वासो महीपता श्रीनिवास सदांगलिः अनिरुद्धसुरानन्दो गोविन्दो गोपिताम्बरिः परिचितमनोहंस सुवर्णो जगदत्तमः हिरण्यनाभस्तुतः पद्मनाभ प्रजापतिः अजो दुःखनशास्ता विश्रुतात्मा सुरारिः गुरु तमो राम सत्य सत्य पराक्रमः निमिषो निमित्त सर्वे वाचस्पतिरुदारदिः अग्रणी ब्राह्मणे श्रीमान् न्यायो नेता समीरणः सहस्रबुद्ध विश्वात्मा सहस्राक्ष सहस्रपान् आवर्तनो विवृतात्मा समृत संप्रवर्तनः संवत्सरो भक्तिरहितो नलिनः प्रकाशात्मा प्रतापनः औषधं जगत्सेतु सत्य धर्म पराक्रमः भूत भव्य भवन्नाथ पवनं पावनो नरः काम काम प्रदन्द्रगो विश्वबाहुर्महीधरः अच्युत प्रतित प्राण प्राणलोभासवान्वितः प्रतिष्ठितः सर्गो वरदो वायुवाहनः वासुदेवो बृहद्भानुरादिदेव पुरन्दरः अशोक सारण
ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೆಲ್ಲಿ
लक्ष्मणो लक्ष्मीवान् समितिञ्जयः प्रेक्षणो मार्गो हेतुर्दामोदरः श्रीधरो महाभागो वेगवान् शोभणो देव श्रीगर्भः परमेश्वरः करणं कारणं कर्ता विकर्ता गमनो भुवः व्यवसायो व्यवस्थानं संस्थानो क्षणः रामो विरामो विरतो मार्गो लेयो नयो नयः धीरशक्तिमतां श्रेष्ठो धर्मो धर्मविदुत्तमः वैकुण्ठः शत्रुघ्नो व्याप्तो वायुरतो स्थिरः ऋतुसुदर्शनकालः परमेश्वरी परिग्रहः उग्रस्नपः सर्वो लक्षो विश्रामो विश्वदक्षिणः वीरमव्ययम् नटो महाकोशो महाभोगो महान्तरः नक्षत्री सर्वलक्ष्मी सर्वज्ञो नाथुत्तमम् महादेवो देवेशो देववृद्धुः शरीरभूतभूता कपितुरो भूरिदक्षिणः जीवो विनयिता साक्षी मुकुन्दो Vichara Atma Satya Dishina Samshaya Budina Santa Panchani महाप्रभो महाकर्म महातेजा महोरगः महाप्रतिर्महायज्वा महायज्ञो महाकविः सर्वप्रियस्तोत्रस्फुलितसुधारणप्रियः पूर्णगुणैकरापुण्यपुण्यकेतिरनामयः मनोजगस्तीर्थकरो वसुरेखा वसुप्रदः वसुप्रदो वासुदेवो वसुवसुमनामयः सर्वरि सर्वरि सर्वा सर्वोदि सर्वरामेणः शूद्रसेनो यश्रेष्ठः सन्निवासस्त्रियात्मनः भूता वासो वासुदेवः सर्वनिलयो नरः सर्वपादत्वयुक्तो युक्तयोगापरः विश्वमूर्तिर्महामूर्तिर्दीप्तमूर्तिरमूर्तिमान् अनेकमूर्तिरव्यक्तः शतमूर्तिशराननः एको नैकसर्वकर्मणि योगबन्धुर्गो पादो तवत्सर्गः शिवनवन्मुनि मार्गो वरमस्तनरङ्गरि वीरभाविषमसूर्यो पुराक्षीरचरचर अमातीमानो मान्यो लोकस्वामीन्द्रियो गदृगो सुमेधावेदजो धन्यः सत्यमेधागरागरः तेजो विशो विविधस्सर्वसुखदात्मकं रक्तमूर्ति रमोग्यत्रो नैवष्टो गराग्रजः चतुरात्मा चतुर्वेदविदेकवान् समाबद्धो विवृतात्मा दुर्जयो दुर्विक्रमः दुर्लभो दुर्गमो दुर्गो दुरावासो दुराहिता शिवांगो योगसारंगः सुबन्धुवर्धनः इंद्रकर्मा महाकर्मा कृतकर्मा कृतागमः उद्भवः सुन्दरः सुन्दो रत्ननाभः सुलोचनः अल्पो वाजसनशृङ्गी जयन्तः सर्वविजयी सुवर्णविधुरक्षोभ्यः सर्ववागीश्वरेश्वरः महागणो महागणो महाभूतो महानिधिः कुमुरं कुन्दर कुन्दर भजन्य पावनो विरः आग्रहशो विदवक्षु सर्वसर्वलोकः यज्ञोदुम्बरो श्रद्धः चाणूराग्रनिशोधनः सहस्राक्षी सप्तरिवासत्रयः सप्तवाहनः अमुत्तिरणोचित्यो भयनाशनः अनुग्रहः गुणो महान् योगी योगीश सर्वकामदः आश्रमश्रवणश्रावसुवर्णवायुवाहनः धनमुदरो धनुर्वेदो दण्डो दमितानमः अगराविद्यसमुद्यमो यमः सर्ववान् सर्विकः सत्यः सत्यधर्मपरमेणः गायप्रियार्गोण्डः विहाय सकल ज्योतिष अनंतोक्तम भोक्ता सुगन्धमेकलोकजः अनिर्वेणः सदा शीतोकाधिष्ठानमद्भुतः सर्वं सर्वं तदर्थं अरोधनकुण्डली चक्री विक्रम गोचितासनः अक्रूरपेशो दक्षो दक्षिणं शमिनाम्बरः तिरुवतमो गीतवयः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः उत्तारणो दुष्कृतिः पुण्यो दुष्स्वप्ननाशनः वीरहारक्षणसनतो जीवनपर्यवस्थितः अनन्तरूपो नन्दश्रीमन्योपयावहः चतुर्श्लोकवीरात्मा विदिष्टो व्याधिशोधितः अनादिर्भूरश्री सुवीरोक्षान्तरः जननोजनजन्मादिर्भीमो भीमपराक्रमः आदाननिर्योदाता पुष्पावासप्रजाग्रहः ऊर्ध्वः सर्वताचारप्रणवप्रणः प्रमाणं प्राणनिलयं प्राणजीवनः तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदेकात्मा जन्म मृत्युराहितः यज्ञो यज्ञपतिर्यज्वा यज्ञाङ्गो यज्ञवाहनः यज्ञभृतेऽग्नि यज्ञभृतेऽग्नसाधनः यज्ञान्तर्गत्यग्नगुह्यमन्नादयेव स आत्मयोगी स्वयं जातो वैखानः सामगायिनः देवकीनन्दनस्रष्टाक्षिदीशपापनाशनः शङ्खवृन्नगरी चक्रीशाङ्गधर्मादारः तदाङ्गवाणिरक्षोभ्य सर्वप्रकरणायुधः सर्वप्रकरणायुधो नमः शांति शंकी चक्री चनंदकी श्रीमान नारायणो विष्णु वासुदेवो रक्षतु शांति शंकी चक्री चनंदकी श्रीमान नारायणो विष्णु वासुदेवो रक्षतु शांति शंकी चक्री चनंदकी श्रीमान नारायणो विष्णु वासुदेवो रक्षतु वासुदेवो रक्षतु धर्मार्थे प्राप्नुया धर्मार्थे चात्माप्नुया कामानमाप्नुया कामी प्रजार्थे चाप्नुया प्रजा भक्तिमान्य सदोत्ताय सुधि सहस्रमानसा सहस्रं वासुदेवस्य नाम्नाम् एतत् प्रकीर्तये वृषभ्रातो विपुलं याति प्राधान्यमेव च अचलां श्रियमाप्नोति श्रेयमाप्नोति उत्तमम् अभयं क्वचिदाप्नोति वीर्यं तेजस्वी भवत्यरो विभिमान् बलरूपगुणान्वितः क्रोधात् मुच्यते रोगात् बद्धो मुच्येत बन्धनात् भयात् मुच्येत भीतस्थो मुच्येत आत्मनः दुर्गाण्यक्षुमनुष्य पुरुषोत्तमं सत्त्वनाम सहस्रेण समन्वितः वासुदेवाश्रयो मर्त्यो वासुदेवपरायणः सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा याति ब्रह्मसनातनम् जन्म मृत्युजराव्याधिवयं नैकोपचार्यते इमं सर्वमदीयान् श्रद्धा भक्तिसमन्वितः निर्विशेषात्मस्वशान्ति श्रीर्विधिर्विधिर्विधिः अनक्रोधो न समात्सर्यं नरो घोरं शुभावतिः भवन्ति पुण्यानां भक्तानां पुरुषोत्तमे देवतन्त्रक्षत्रा भक्तिशो पूर्वमोदधिः वासुदेवस्य वीर्येण विघ्नान् महात्मनः ससुरासुरगन्धर्वं स्वयं शूरराक्षसं जगद्विषे वर्ततेदं कृष्णस्य सकलाकरम् इन्द्रियाणि मनोबुद्धिः सत्त्वं तेजो बलं धृतिः वासुदेवात्मकान्याहुः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्रज्ञ एव च सर्वागमानाम् आचारकल्पते आचारकर्मो धर्मो धर्मस्य प्रभुलक्षणः ऋषयज्ञतरभुवेवा महाभूतानि रातवः जङ्गमाचङ्गमं चेदं जगन्नारायणोद्भवम् योगो ज्ञानं तथा साम्यं विद्या शिल्पादिकर्म च वेदाशास्त्राणि विज्ञानम् एतत् सर्वं जनार्दनः एको विष्णुर्महद्भूतं बृहद्भूतान्यनेकशः त्रिलोकान्यात्मा भूते विश्वभुवया इमं सर्वमनोगतो विष्णुर्व्यासेन कीर्तितं पठेद्यै चेत् पुरुषः श्रेयः प्राप्तुं सुरानिधम् विश्वेश्वरमजं देवं जगतः प्रभुमव्ययम् वदन्ति ये कराक्षं न ते यान्ति पराभवम् न ते यान्ति पराभवम् ॐ नमः इति अर्जुन उवाच पद्मपत्रविशालाक्ष पद्मनाभसुरोत्तम भक्तानां मनोरक्तानां त्राता भवजनार्दन श्रीभगवानुवाच यो मां नाम सहस्रेण स्तोतुमिच्छति पाण्डव सोऽहमेकेन श्लोकेन स्तुत एव न संशयः स्तुत एव न संशयो ॐ नमः इति व्यास उवाच वासुदेवस्य वासितं ते जगत्त्रयम् सर्वभूतनिवासोऽसि वासुदेव नमोऽस्तुते श्रीवासुदेव नमोऽस्तुते ॐ नमः इति पार्वती उवाच केनोपायेन लघुना विष्णोर्नाम सहस्रकं पठ्यते पण्डितैः नित्यं श्रोतुमिच्छाम्यहं प्रभो ईश्वर उवाच श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरानने ओम नमः इति ब्रह्म उवाच नमोऽस्त्वनन्ताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाक्षि शिरोद्भागवे सहस्रनाम्ने पुरुषाय शाश्वते सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमः सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमः सदेव उवाच यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीविजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम श्रीभगवानुवाच अनन्यं चिन्तयन्तो मा ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां विद्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे आर्षाविषष्णां शिष्यास्तमीता क्रोधेषु तराग्निषु वर्तमाना संकीर्त्य नारायण शब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखासुखिनो भवन्ति कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै समर्पयामि।
Is okay? You can hear it? So, my pronouns to all the Atma divine lights all gathered here. So let us congratulate Murliji and Shardaji for opening of this. On this, or actually, this was renovated, and for opening of this new hall. So we congratulate all Shardaji and Murliji. So may God bless them. May this hall be used for good purpose, satsang. Okay, very Sharda. Oh, here, okay. Okay. So may God bless you. Okay. So we have gathered here today to think of past, present, and future of schooling system, education. So how many of you here are counselors here? Have education experience? Okay. Inyarappa counselor education experience idaro? Okay. Okay, people are hesitating to lift their hand. That's okay. So let us understand from the counselors and all the people who are here, are you happy with the current education system? If you are not happy, why you are not happy? It is a become business. Okay. What else? Life skills are not there. We learn hard way. Even after the age of 25, you don't know how to tie your shoelace. Okay. What else? Focus on academics. Correct. Theory. Everybody's put in one box. Correct. So, madam, what's your name? Divya. Okay. So, anybody else? There's no value stored. Perfect. In my opinion, education is going to go for a tremendous change in the days to come. How technology is going to play with the education system and change the education in a way we cannot know. Whatever we think of today's education will not be there. It will be a new education system will emerge sooner than you think of. Okay. So, how many of you children have children at the age of 10, 15, 12 and all? See. So, for you people, especially, the knowledge of what happens in the education system, I'm going to share and why it's so. Okay. First, let me start with a small interview. 5 minutes interview. The question being asked is, what is, in your opinion, education system? Okay, a boy answers in 5 minutes. Just sit on that. So this is question. Interview is asking. Why are you? Yeah. The Bluetooth is connected. So what is why I am speaking about education? I have been in education. Okay. To tell you about myself, I am Narshinga Prabhu. People call me as Prabhuji. I am the founder of Light of Self Foundation, which is spiritual and cultural organization, which is now more entering into 28 years of functioning. Just pause. Okay. Just pause it. So 20 years I've been running this organization. Myself, my wife Mamataji, where is she? Okay, wife together we are functioning or doing this organization from the Rajarajeshnagar. We are doing from our home. So it started with small teaching of spirituality, Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita. It grew into a large organization called Atma, called Light of Self Foundation. and we started calling Atma Vishwaguru because many people from different part of the countries, different countries started joining. We put together a program for children called ILEAD, Integrated Leadership, during Corona time because many children were suffering. So, how to bring culture and spiritual values to children? We put together a program called ILEAD. And children got a lot of benefit from that, and they are feeling so peaceful. That after Corona got over, the children could not continue the program because of their schooling system. And when we took this program to the school said we don't have time and we don't encourage anything cultural and spirituality related to dharma. So then we thought, why can't we take this into a schooling system? That time, so he of the company, we thought of the education system is changing, artificial intelligence is coming up, why not we start something? So that time, our ILEAD program, we wanted to take it to school. Who is the CEO of the school? So wonderful experience of school system. School is to Bharat school is just such. And from other schools, they go and put some science. The education system was left behind. Slaves. साठ परसेंट में नहीं सीख पाया, ये 60% बिना सीखे मैं क्लास 2 में गया, फिर 60% बिना सीखे मैं क्लास 3 में गया, फिर 60% बिना सीखे मैं क्लास 4 में गया। इसी तरह मैं क्लास 10 पहुंच जाता हूँ और 600% एजुकेशन में डूब रह गए, मेरे एजुकेशन में कमी रह गई, क्योंकि मुझे ये बताया गया कि पढ़ते सीखने के लिए नहीं, मेरी एकेडमिक्स को लर्निंग परसेंटेज पे नहीं लाया गया, मेरे पढ़ने को पास या फेल पर लाकर मुझे 0 बना दिया गया, क्योंकि मैं 500 रुपए डिग्री ले लूंगा और मुझे जॉब भी मिल जाएगी और फिर किसी कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में मैं गुलामी के लिए पहुंच जाऊंगी। एकेडमिक्स को पास और फेल से निकालना होगा बाहर हमें और लर्निंग परसेंटेज पे लाना होगा। इसे में 40 लाया तो 40% सीखा आपने, 60% नहीं सीखा आपने, सीखे फिर आगे बढ़े, जितना सीख सकते हैं सीखे अपने कैलिबर के हिसाब से, फिर आगे बढ़े। अगर आप 99 लाते हैं, 99% सीखा आपने, आप टॉप नहीं कर गए, 99% सीखा आपने, 1% अभी भी नहीं सीखा आपने। अगर आप 100 में 100 लाते तो पास हुए। ये दूसरी बात। तीसरी बात कि हमारा जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है आज का, वो आपको रोट लर्निंग पे फोकस करते हैं। आप पढ़ते जाते हैं, पढ़ते जाते हैं, पढ़ते जाते हैं, आपको पता नहीं आप क्या पढ़। आपने पढ़ा होगा कि इंडिया में जो फूड ग्रेन्स है, बाजरा है, ज्वार है, कभी देखा आपने उन चीजों का? मैंने भी कभी देखा नहीं, मेरे ख्याल से मेरे तो अनुभव नहीं दिखाया गया इसमें। बाजरा तो अगर आप बाजरा देख लेते तो आप पता करते कि बाजरा उतना क्यों बंद हो गया है। हाँ, बंद हो गया है जैसे क्यों बाजरा लोग आज नहीं खा रहे। पहले के लोग बाजरा खाते थे, पहले के लोग मिलेट्स खाते थे, ज्वार खाते थे, आज क्यों नहीं खा रहे। तो एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग इज व्हाट वी नीड, हैंड्स ऑन लर्निंग इज व्हाट वी नीड। वी नीड टू सी एंड नो व्हाट वी आर लर्निंग।
आज हमें वो दिखाया नहीं जाता, वो बताया नहीं जाता, सिर्फ पढ़ाया जाता है। तो आपको पता है कि ये हार्ट है और हार्ट की ये चेम्बर्स है, हार्ट में ये आर्टरीज है, ये है, ये है। मगर आपको कभी इंसान का दिल दिखाया जाए तो आप बोलेंगे भैया ये क्या है? प्रैक्टिकल। ये प्रैक्टिकल लर्निंग इज व्हाट वी नीड। तो आज के दिन पे हैंड्स ऑन एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग। तीसरी चीज, तो चौथी चीज है वो ये कि हमारे एजुकेशन को हमने समझा कि एकेडमिक्स ही एजुकेशन। क्या एकेडमिक्स? He education. Academics is just a drop in the ocean of education, I would say. The remaining water is tarbiyat, is upbringing. कि भाई आप बात कैसे करते हैं? Are you confident? Are you creative? Do you have critical thinking? Are you developing higher order thinking skills? Are you questioning things? Absolutely. How do you sit? How do you conduct yourself with people? ये सारी चीजों को छोड़कर हर चीज को एकेडमिक्स पे लाया। एकेडमिक्स इज नॉट एजुकेशन। एजुकेशन इज अ होलिस्टिक थिंग, जहां पे एक इंसान को बेहतर इंसान बनाते हैं, एक कॉर्पोरेट स्लेव नहीं बनाते। सबसे बड़ी कमी हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में वो ये, हमारे साथ जो फ्रॉड हुआ मैं कहता हूँ एजुकेशन सिस्टम में, वो ये कि हमने एकेडमिक्स को, हमने सब्जेक्ट्स को स्ट्रीम में बांट दिया। तो भाई अगर आप सबसे ब्रिलियंट बच्चे हैं तो आप पढ़ेंगे साइंस, अगर आप 90 लाते हैं तो साइंस पढ़ेंगे, अगर आप 70 से 80 लाते हैं तो आप कॉमर्स पढ़ेंगे, 50 to 60 लाते हैं तो आप ह्यूमैनिटीज पढ़ेंगे। क्या बेवकूफी है! यानी कि जो इंसान साइंस पढ़ के एटम बॉम्ब बनाना सीख रहा है, उसके पास कोई हक नहीं कि वो साइकोलॉजी और सोशियोलॉजी पढ़ के समझे कि एटम बॉम्ब को इस्तेमाल नहीं करना था। तो अगर एटम बॉम्ब बनाने वाले ने सोशियोलॉजी और साइकोलॉजी पढ़ा होता, और एटम बॉम्ब जिसके हाथ में पहुंचा, अगर उसने साइकोलॉजी और सोशियोलॉजी पढ़ा होता तो उसे पता होता कि बॉम्ब फोड़ना नहीं था। इसलिए बता रहा हूं मैं कि हमने सब्जेक्ट्स को स्ट्रीम में बांट कर सबसे बड़ा फ्रॉड किया हमने। कि क्या मैं फिजिक्स सोशियोलॉजी के साथ नहीं पढ़ सकता? क्या मैं केमिस्ट्री हिस्ट्री के साथ नहीं पढ़ सकता? क्यों नहीं पढ़ सकता? अच्छा, कि अगर मैं आखिरी बार अगर मैं साइंस पढ़ रहा हूँ मैं, तो क्या मेरे पास हक नहीं कि मैं अकाउंट्स भी पढ़ूं मैं? तो आज जरूरी है लर्निंग का। But you're an expert on it, if people ask that. You can have majors and minors. Yes, that's it. You need to have the hand of almost all the subjects. You need to learn accountancy. You need to know economics. You need to know history. You need to know sociology. You need to know psychology. You can be expert of history, but you need to know the basics of physics. पर हमारे साथ ये फ्रॉड किया गया। आप फिजिक्स पढ़ेंगे पर आप हिस्ट्री नहीं पढ़ सकते, आप सोशियोलॉजी पढ़ेंगे पर आप केमिस्ट्री नहीं पढ़ सकते। क्यों किया हमारे साथ ये फ्रॉड आपने? क्यों? क्योंकि आपको कॉर्पोरेट स्लेव्स चाहिए थे। आप
So, all of you understood? Everybody is comfortable with Hindi? Did you understand what he's trying to say? Does it resonate with you? Does it make sense? All of us are over. No? Our Jamana is over. Okay. Thankfully, we have crossed 40, 50s. Okay, I am already 62. So thankfully, we have gone through this education system. Somehow we have survived. But next generation is going to be different. Next generation is going to be very challenging. And why is that? I'm going to explain. So this I can tell, because I come from technology field. I have been working for I worked in software and IT industry for 30 years. And about 30 years, I have a spiritual teaching experience. Okay, for the children and adults, for a large organization, I have a lot of students also. So in the sense, I understand what's happening much more clearly compared to people who are just in education or just in technology. My legs are both in the places. Okay, so let me start telling you past, present, and future of education. What is past and what is past? Anyway, all of us know we are all 50 plus and 60. Okay, so what is future is important for the people who are having children. Okay, who are going to schools. So let us try to understand what is future. We have gone through 4 industrial revolutions. First was steam-based machines, electrical energy, computers, and then the 4th industrial revolution, what we are going through. So every time when we go through industrial revolution, the society changes drastically. Okay, how when the steam machine came, a lot of people started traveling, and in the industrial electrical energy based system came, a lot of manufacturing activity took place. computer and internet-based knowledge becomes a lot of software engineers. Everywhere, every house software engineer, right? So now, already we have moved to the next era. Have you seen 10 years how mobile phone has changed our lives in 10 years? 10 years television has changed our life. The technology changes our life very drastically and very rapidly. So our education system today, can you guess which era we have decided? Our education system is our education system is designed for the third industrial revolution. So third industrial revolution, which is actually 1900s, that type of education system is continuing. And we are coming to fourth industrial revolution, where things are going to be very drastically different compared to earlier era. How is it going to be different? Let's start. So can you see this? Anybody has experienced? All of you got job very easily. Waiting in the job, waiting in the queue, okay, interviews, application, finally getting job. That's the left side, past job market. Now can you see difference in the future job market? So in future, very rapidly, the machines, artificial intelligence machines, robots are going to stand in the queue for a job. So that's the left side is past and this right side is the future. So this is the future where your children are entering. And that's past anyway, we have crossed, all got job and made some of our living. But this is where the future is moving. How fast? Less than 10 years. Next slide. So can you see left side and right side? So why do you call us our human beings? Okay, I can do music, I can do painting, I can write arts, I can do science. That's what we make say we are human beings. Now, whatever you can do, the AI machines are able to do better than that. The painting, music, art, chess, everything what human beings we think are intelligent, machines are able to do much better than that. And how fast? Very rapidly they're picking up. Very fast. So what happens with that? What happens with that is many jobs what we know today, here, this side, will disappear. They will not even be seen. By 2030, 60% of the jobs what people are doing today are affected. Not all of them will lose the job. Maybe 20 to 30% will lose the job. Rest of the jobs are getting affected. So what type of jobs can anybody make a guess? What type of jobs will get affected?
Anything which can be repeated.
Anything which can be repeated is gone. Anything which can be repeated, machines will do. So you'll file, sorry sir, you'll file income tax, chartered accountant go to every year. Every year he uses the same calculation and does it. Can machine do it better?
Already.
Already happened. Okay. So you got a lawyer. He'll refer to same books. The machines can do better.
Thank you.
Okay. ChatGPT can do better. So many things what you know except cooking. Okay. Many women's jobs are safe. Is it lucky or problem? I don't know. Okay. Even Mr. Shashidhar is sitting here. Can you please rise? Okay. Shashidhar is working for a robot in the kitchen. And it will do all Indian. So even your kitchen job is under threat. So how fast is that? When I can order a kitchen robot?
Tabletop robots are already available.
Already available. Okay. So every job what you know, which is repetitive. So every job what you know is going to disappear. What will you do? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to tell you situation. Many jobs will be disappearing. Anything which is repetitive. And what job will survive? anything which requires a human touch will survive. Counselors are safe. Counseling job is safe. Counseling job machine cannot do. Okay. Doctor's job is safe. Finally, you need a doctor. Psychiatrist job is safe. Rest of the jobs are unsafe, including software engineer. So, Venkat sir, you're in software industry. What percent of jobs are being done by now? 15%. 15% now. They're behind actually. In the world, it's already 30%. So, I am a great software engineer. So many software engineers are there. 30% of software engineering jobs are already being done by machines. There are companies, there are industries, what we call as business process outsourcing, BPO. Lakhs and lakhs of jobs in India. The call center, gone. So new jobs will come. These new jobs will require artificial intelligence, robotics, advanced mathematics skills. Okay. But will there be same amount of jobs? No. There will be less number of jobs. So that brings us to the question of what is happening in the education. So if you look at that, 1950s data. So anybody who has 60 years plus like me, they will know. To get one piece of information is so difficult. You have to find out, oh, that person knows, this person knows. Okay. Now, a 4th standard kid will go and Google and find out. Then the data is becoming free. Information is becoming free. Using data is called information. That's free. Knowledge is the application of information. That's also free. How? Everything you can find, including medical knowledge. My brother is a doctor, MD. The patient, before go to the doctor, they do Google. What is the disease? What is the medicine? So before the doctor opens their mouth, they are already telling what is the disease and what is the medicine. Doctor says, why don't you go and take medicine from Google? So the knowledge, what we consider specialized knowledge, is gone. Now we are coming to another area which is called intelligence. What is this intelligence? We think I'm smart, I'm intelligent. Okay. Whatever you call, the intelligence is much smarter. ChatGPT. So I have here Ashwini ji. She has twins. Okay. Ashwini ji didn't know ChatGPT. Twins are in the 10-year-old. The school teacher sends an assignment on WhatsApp to the father's mobile. Assignment father's mobile. Children take that photograph of that assignment, feed it to ChatGPT, do the homework and send back to the teacher. Ashwini doesn't know ChatGPT. So the children are much smarter today. Okay? And you don't have to spend time on thinking. The intelligence is your intelligence, you don't have to apply. Then how do you live in this world where you can't apply data, you can't apply information, knowledge, everything is become free, intelligence has become free. Then where is our role for, where is value for a human being? What are we called as human being? Please tell me. What will you do, all of us? Then you have to move into the era of intelligence and wisdom. How do you use this intelligence machine intelligently? If you have to use this machine intelligently, you have to have intelligence. Does our schooling system teach it? And do you know anything called wisdom? People don't even know what is wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to intelligence. So the wisdom comes from spiritual knowledge, and intelligence comes from application of intelligence, not intellect, buddhi, intellect. So both are not there in our current schooling system. It's only current schooling system from here below. Designed for 19th century education system. How are you going to handle 21st century? So 21st century requires a different education compared to 20th century. Next. So that's where we thought of a new education system. It's called Wise Kids School, known as Wiz Kid School. Wiz means wizard. And it's called Wise Kid and Wiz Kid. It's called Wise Kid School. It's called what we call as 21st century New Age School. Why is it's called wizard? Wizard is like a magician. Harry Potter fans are there here? Okay. So magic, the new technologies like magic. The children should be very, very smart enough to use the technology. Okay. I'll give you just an example of smartness. We put together a program for artificial intelligence for many of our lightest foundation members. So Gayatri ji here, Mamta ji there, who have no engineering background, they are already around 50 crossed. They have not done anything in technology. Okay. With 1 month of artificial intelligence training, they are able to design a product which would have taken 6 engineers for 5 months earlier. In how many days? 2 days. So that's the magic. So whatever you do earlier will be faster, quicker, magic. That's why they should be wizard. They should be powerful enough to handle the technology. But they should be wise enough. If they're not wise enough, they'll be in trouble. So wise and able to handle that technology, we call it wizard. Wizard, if you replace S, it's wisdom. If you make it Z, it's magic. So next generation children, what I call next generation children, will have to have in one hand the wisdom and other hand technology. So can anybody guess what is this wisdom on one hand? Any guesses? My right hand there is wisdom and my left hand there is technology. What is the right hand wisdom?
Knowledge.
Knowledge, knowledge is third layer, right? You saw the knowledge. Where is the knowledge stands?
How to handle intelligence.
How to handle intelligence. And where does it come from? Bhagavad Gita. The wisdom plane is in the Bhagavad Gita or spiritual plane. So one hand Bhagavad Gita, another hand technology, artificial intelligence, robotics. This is what is required for next generation. So that's why the school is called Wisdom School. Next slide. Next, please. So what we are planning? We are planning to start a schooling system. It's actually the first school is being established by Shardaji and okay, Shardaji in Rajarajeshwari Nagar. So this visited school, we are planning to start from age of 10 to 14. Right now we are thinking admission for 10 to 12. And we have a roadmap all the way up to 12th standard. So 12th standard up to 12th standard. But this is we call it with kids journey from starting at 10 to up to 16, age of 16. How do we do that? Next slide. So this kid, Swami Vivekananda said, the education is characterist form. The strength of the mind is an intellect expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet. Does today's education have expand our intellect? Does it give a confidence that we can stand on our own feet? No, I can stand on my own feet. What? I'll stand on my leg or head or what? Standing on one feet means I can face anything in life. The challenge in life. Okay. So for that, we are putting together a Gurukul system where holistic development, that is HOLI, WHOLI, totality of the personality has to be developed with the Bharatiya Sanskriti, Indian culture, and designed for 21st century skills. And this is a different type of education. It's an experiential learning. Everything you have to experience and learn. That's called experiential learning. And personalized coaching. What is the personalized coaching? I'll tell you. So what is the focus of education? Today's education system, social studies, geography, and all. Here the focus is STEAMs, science, technology, entrepreneurship, arts, maths, and self-improvement. So entrepreneurship is very important for the next generation. Why? No jobs. Jobs are going to be less. How you are able to build your idea and become an employer, job giver, not a job seeker. That's why entrepreneurship has to be required. And mathematics, science, technology, And finally, S means the child has to self-unfoldment. The wisdom has to unfold. So that's why STEAM's education focus. Next one. Anybody is familiar with this? What schooling? 20th century school? You know what is it called? 8 plus 3 plus 2 schooling system. 8 hours of school for which you have to travel for 2 hours and tuition for 3 hours and 2 hours of homework. What happened to the child in this schooling system? 8 plus 3 plus 2 schooling system. And what is required is 5 to 6 hours of schooling. What's happening here? Too much of unnecessary subjects are poured on the child. Unnecessary subjects. What the hell? Who killed whom in history? Okay. Irrelevant subjects you are studying and wasting your time. What is required for the next century is science, technology, art, entrepreneurship, and arts and mathematics. So that is, if we make the child's syllabus lighter, the life will be easier and joyful. So that's where we are focusing on 21st century education based on the N9OS syllabus. Next slide. So this is the current schooling system, old schooling system of 20th century. Too much of burden on the syllabus. The 21st century, please understand all these books, right? All these books child is carrying in his head is available in one chat GPT, one prompt. Knowledge is free. Now, why are you putting burden on knowledge? Why are you not putting burden on wisdom, intelligence? So that's where the education should be based on lighter syllabus called NIOS, and study should be very different. It should be self-paced. The child's ability should be able to pick up. If a child can learn faster, give more. A child can learn slower, give less. So, NIOS versus other board school examinations, many of you are familiar. NIOS is light academic load. Okay, but important subjects. All junk is gone. Then, for example, average of 7 subjects per year, 42 exams in the other boards. NIOS how many? Average of in other boards, 7 subjects per year, about 42 textbooks, exams you have to study for in other boards. NIOS is very less. 5 textbooks, 5 subjects, you are done with the SSLC. And here you get a time free. What will you do in the time free? Free time, you use the development of the child, all-round development of the child, full personality development. Here you don't even get, in other sports, we don't even get time. Then finally, fast track education. By the age of 16, you can complete 12th standard and you can go for IIT or higher engineering education by 16. In the other boards, you have to go by 18 years. So we have our Gayatri madam here. Her 2 children completed the NIOS syllabus compared to other boards. And at the age of 16, they are already, son is in IIT. And without much of stress study, aram se, because lighter academic load, and you can focus more on your core subjects. And other son is joined school. What is it? BITS Goa. So at the age of 16, they're already, and their peers in other board, they're already struggling with the heavy syllabus. Okay, next slide. So what is wrong with our education system? See, this is the intelligence curve. Okay, what it means is average intelligence. The people with the average intelligence are 65%. This much. The higher intelligence are this percentage and lower intelligence is percentage. In our education system, all are equal. Smart, average, dumb. Same syllabus, it's like fitting the one shoe fits for all. And the new age schooling, which you are thinking of, every child has a different syllabus. Every child can learn
is a different track. That's not possible in the current schooling system at all. In the new schooling system, it is possible because of technology. So every child can learn at its own pace. Smart kid learn faster. The child is average can take its own pace. A child who is behind can take its own pace. So the track of learning is different for each child in the new schooling system. And how is it possible? In old schooling model, mass education, the 1:70 teachers is the education. I studied in a school where 1:100 teachers. I was sitting somewhere here. I won't even hear what they're saying. Okay. So struggle. If we are able to introduce 1:1 teaching, the understanding of the child becomes much better. It's called personalized coaching. Now, is it possible today? No. What we are doing is we are bringing the artificial intelligence systems which will understand the child so well, even mother and father cannot understand. Your teachers cannot understand. The intelligence and development of child is tracked by the artificial system on day-to-day basis, based on what they study, what they understand. And the coaching is personalized 1:1 mentoring by artificial intelligence, what we call as meta-human. They are like human beings only, but they are smart machines which will monitor the progress of the child. And a counselor, one counselor for 10 children. So in that way, we are bringing very, very personalized education for the new schooling system. Next slide. So old school system is one syllabus for all, whether smart, average, or dumb, syllabus is same. In the new schooling system, different syllabus for different child, because each child has a different intelligence, different ability. So can you have a different syllabus for different child? So that is the new schooling system. And that is possible with the technology, otherwise it's not possible. The current technology is moving towards direction where individual child can have individual syllabus. Next. So can you see the schooling system? All of us went through that, right? We entered at the age of 5, and by the time we came out, cat becomes bald. Right? 25 years. What's happening here? Please understand, this system of education, what we are having today called world schooling, is designed for 19th century, where manufacturing became important. So can you see manufacturing plant? So in manufacturing plant, there's an assembly line, one nut will be tightened, another nut will be tightened, another nut will be tightened, bolt will be tightened in every year. So what are people doing for our children? First standard, some nut is tightened, second standard, another nut is tightened, third standard, another nut is tightened, fourth standard, nut is, by all the nuts are tightened, it will be 25 years. And by the time the child will become nut. Okay. So it's a manufacturing assembly line education we are following. So what is required? A new age education system where a child can develop holistically depending on the ability. A fast track for a smarter child and slower track for a slower child, but holistic development tightening every year. So that means the concept of classroom will go. First standard classroom, second standard classroom will go. The children will not be in the classes, they will be based on the intelligence. So that is the education system which you are thinking of. Next slide. So the 20th century education was designed by Lord Macaulay, and what he wanted was India had a very, very well-established Gurukula system. About 60 lakh Gurukulas were there in India, which are producing very smart, very intelligent people. So he brought an education system to have clerks for the British Empire. Clerks means you cannot think beyond. Your education should be cut there. And he closed all the Gurukulas. And thanks to Lord Macaulay, in 21st century, still we are following the same education model. We are producing clerks at British Empire. Then we are producing people who do small coolie jobs in the Western countries and India. So the education system is continuing. Can we break away from this education system? This education system says it's employment for British Empire. Today also we are looking for employment. Can you have education system where people become entrepreneurs, creative thinkers, innovators, job seekers, job creators? Their focus should be science and technology. All old unnecessary syllabus has to be removed. And core focus of science, technology, entrepreneurship, arts, mathematics, and self-development should be given focus. What was the word system? The focus too much on intelligence quotient. Really, a child has 9 intelligences. It's got multiple intelligences. The overall focus has to be in the all-round development, what we call as SQ, EQ, and 9 intelligences. Otherwise, we are developing children or one-sided understanding of life. So, why are you studying? I want to get good marks. Why you should study? To understand something, to develop the expertise, to develop the proficiency. All of you know cooking, no? Okay. Anybody is there who doesn't know cooking? Women. All of you know. Which degree certificate got you 100 marks before cooking, before you started cooking? Huh? Oh, no, I got 100 marks, that's why I'm eligible for cooking job. Cooking is extension, your expertise matters, your degree doesn't matter. So that's the thing which is coming up, where your experience, your expertise matters. So that's where skill level, beginner, intermediate, proficient, and advanced. Your skills have to be given importance, not your marks. Of course, you need a marks. You'll have to go through examination for the government purpose, for the sake of board examination. That will do. But focus on developing the proficiency at different levels of skills. And how we can do that? We can do through different types of learning mechanisms, which is not there in the current system. Next slide. So now education. There's an elephant, monkey, a fish, and a dog is standing in the line. So the examination says everybody should climb the tree. So the monkey seems to be a bit happy, right? So our current education system does not recognize different types of intelligence. Same examination for all. Really, what is needed is personalized understanding of the child, which intelligence should develop, and evaluation should be for all-round development, not some stupid examination system. Next one. And that we do based on the point-based system, not marks-based system. And old school, no focus on culture. We are deculturalized. Why? Britishers didn't want any of our culture to come into our society. And they are continuing that. So British new education should be based on our values of our ancient India. At the same time, modern technology. So that's a song. Hasa chiguru, hale beyeru, koodiru marasogasu. We need deep roots, dharma, Sanskrit, and modern technology. So that technology, that education is what we are looking for. Next slide, please. And education is boring, stressful for the child. Why? Because the focus is on memory. The education has to be fun and entertainment, games. The best way for the children to learn is games, fun. It's made boring, but that's possible with the technology way. We can create a lot of creativity in education. So that activity is that. And focus on memory-based education. All your subjects, how much memory you have, your whole thing the person is tested for memory, in your schooling system. And what memory you are testing. See, my mobile phone today has more memory than most of the information they carry in my head. Memory is free, data is free, knowledge is free, intelligence is becoming free. Then what are we doing with the schooling system? So what is required is a different schooling system is required, where focus is on communication, collaboration, character building, creative thinking, and creativity. The current schooling system does not support. A new education system is required. Yes, and this is very familiar, right? So, what is this? School bus. So you have to travel to school for 1.5 hours. I mean, all of us travel to office for 1.5 hours. But unfortunately, children also have to travel to the school for a long distance. Why can't be school nearby? No, I don't have a big school. Are you going for the big building, or what is the value of education? So that's why a school which is just walkable distance from your place in residential locality, what we are looking for. This is called Gurukula. The first Gurukula is starting, and we'll have many more Gurukulas in near the residential locality where children can just walk, they don't need a bus. So you can see the luggage. Actually, this child can be a very good porter in the railway station. Fully. He knows how to carry luggage. Right? Why so much of luggage for a child? Stress for that. The luggage should be light. Okay? Study should be fun. If you are taken able to take one laptop, entire books are there in laptop. A little bit of books. Your life is lighter. Next slide. And you can see here, right? A school has so many classrooms. Classroom 1, first standard, second standard, third standard, fourth standard, fifth standard, and each based on the age group. Is your child studying fifth standard? He cannot study sixth standard suppose. If he is studying sixth standard something, he cannot study seventh standard because this education is based on the age. Education should not be based on age. It should be based on the intelligence. If your child is smart, fifth standard, why can't he study 10th standard syllabus? Why can't he study PUC subject? Why should he go to 1 1 year for? So just now we had a Chakshu Shravan. He did a musical instrument, right? Beautifully. So he is 6 years old. No. 6th year you have to study this much only. 7th year you have to study this much. What will happen to the child? The ability to study is not based on your age. It is based on your intelligence. So that's why in our school there will be no classrooms. All children will study in the tradition of Gurukula, the ancient studies and technology in one classroom. All children will study age group. Why? Because each child gets the knowledge in a different way through laptop, artificial intelligence programs. Each child has a different syllabus. Now, how many classrooms will get? There are 100 children will get 100 classrooms. We'll have one classroom where 100 children will study 100 different subjects. But we'll, of course, we'll limit our children to at the most 10 to 30 classrooms. Next slide. And what happens to teachers today? There's too much stress. So many things you have to do. I don't know whether you have heard anybody of teachers here or any schooling system for teachers. Too much of load on the teachers. And the stress they pass on to children. In our schooling system, the teachers are lightly loaded because all routine works are done by machines, and teachers free to look at the child, counsel the child, you spend time with. Parents don't have time to spend with the child. Parents both are working, they don't have time to spend with the child. Our teacher will be spent with the child, counsel the child, guide the child. That's what is important for the children. The teachers don't have time to focus on the children. Next slide. Study for examination. Only focus is study for the examination. The education, the new schooling system is not for examination, but understanding subject, deeper understanding subject, knowledge, wisdom. Next slide. We teach world schooling, you have to make a living, you have to become engineers, you have to become doctors. Many professions are disappearing. How can you face life with your ability? That is the art of man making, self-awareness, self-development, plus technology. That's what we want to bring to children in the age group of 10 to 16. Next one. And another horrible thing which is happening, we make the children, you are a winner, you are a loser. Just 1 mark, you are a loser. And we hear so many suicides. In our apartment, we have heard at least 3 to 4 suicides. I stay in an apartment nearby. 3 to 4 suicides of 10th standard children. Why? Oh, 1 mark less, I am the loser. Why can't we all be winners? All children are like flowers. Each flower has its own flavor. So every child should be winner. So that's actually what is adopted in our Purnayoga school. So in your school, like you send our children to school, right? How many children are the winners? All of them. So winning and losing it by marks. In Purnayoga, there are 564 children. and 564 children have made 564 world records. All of them. There's no loser. Sri Chaitanya will explain. Every child has its ability. Every child is like a flower. Every child can be winner. Why we are making winners and losers in school? Are you sending the children to make them losers in life? Next slide. So we need leaders for creating a new India. Navya Bharat, Bhavya Bharat, Divya Bharat. When it starts from children who are confident, teachers very critical. We have the ability to handle. We have the wisdom to handle the technology. Who have the wisdom from Bhagavad Gita and technology for artificial intelligence. Such children we are required for leaders. Next slide. So today we are declaring admission open for this Gurukula. The first Gurukula is dedicated to Swami Vivekananda because vision of Swami Vivekananda we are trying to fulfill. So it's offered by Purnayogha. The education content is offered by Purnayogha School. We have CEO of Purnayogha, Shri Darshan here. And spiritual content is coming from Lightofself Foundation. And we have technology, artificial intelligence, robotics by specialized companies which offer. So what will happen to my child? From the age group of 10 to 16, 6 years, we will make the child very good in spiritual teaching and excellent in artificial intelligence, robotics. At the age of 16, he can join a job if you want. So it's not like a occasional training. There will be deep understanding of technology. So that's what we want to make. I come from an engineering background. I come from MTech. I have done handle many companies. I know today people who are coming out of the colleges, school, engineering colleges, syllabus is outdated. There are no jobs, unemployment. Unemployability is the challenge. This is in 2024. In 5 to 6 years, it's going to deteriorate. So we are looking for 10 to 12. We don't want to take children with a higher growth because we want to start with the children, grow them up rather than taking the children to other higher ages. So any of you, you are welcome to contact Sharadaji. The school will be here nearby. Okay, we'll be starting the school just 200 meters away. It will be not a big building. It will be a small group. It's a hall with where 10 to 12 children can study, but with one personal guidance of Sharadaji and artificial intelligence and modern technology, education content coming from Purnayogha. So we would like to work, bring up beautiful children who will handle the future. So that's all I had to say. So does it resonate with you? Does it make sense to you? Also, we are looking for, and this school is very different from other schools. Do you know what is the future of future? The future is, I'm speaking of 6 years down the line, or 8 years down the line. Because of artificial and robotics, companies without employees. Because most of the employees' work will be done by artificial intelligence. Factories without workers, because most will be done by robots. Schools without teachers, because the teaching will be done by AI. What happens to teachers? Teachers have to grow. They have to become mentors. They have to be guides, not teaching it. So one person went to interview. Okay, I have 25 years of experience. Sir, the student sitting there is his own student, 25 years past. Sir, what did you do 25 years of experience? 25 years back, I was a student, then you got a notebook of mathematics. Next 25 years, you repeated. What is your 25 years of experience? Whatever can be repeated can be done by machines much better than us. So we should rise above machines. We should develop intelligence and wisdom, not repeated tasks. That is the key message of new education. Okay, this is the our what we call as website, viskeep.guru. We can go there. And we are looking for very simple. One building, 3 bedrooms. If one floor is there, very good. Anybody who wants to counselor, who wants to take up education of this, counselor, you should require a counselor experience of handling children, love and compassion should be there. They want to handle, grow the children. So we are there to provide you education support and continue. So basically, it's up to you. Sharda has taken up the challenge, or not challenge, opportunity. So any of you want to start a school in your blessed locality, start with 10 children, growing up to a maximum of 30, you'll get a education content, you'll get a, you don't need to teach science, technology, mathematics, nothing is required today. In fact, no teacher is required. Today, if you go to today, no teacher is required. Chat GPT can teach you beautifully. Okay. So that's the future. School without teachers. Then what teachers will do? They will be mentors, guides, helpers, rather than teaching. So you're welcome to look for starting the school, or you're welcome to put your children into the schooling system in Rajarashnagar. Hopefully, we'll be able to start in other localities also soon. Thank you. So, anybody has any questions with this? It all sounds too far-fetched.
Screen sharing by.
Yeah. So we will we'll have experience sharing by what happens when my child is taken out of schooling and to put a new type of schooling. Arjunji will be able to share this one. So Arjunji, he took his son from one of these corporate schools and put him into a new school. Okay. It's okay, switch off. We need cover that. We need next time.
Namaste. I was always fascinated by Khalil Gibran. I don't know how many of you heard of him. He was one of the most famous poets of all time. He's one of my favorites. He always said, he quoted a poem or wrote a poem. Your children are not your children, but they're the sons and daughters of life longing for himself. They come through you, but they belong not to you. You may give the love to them, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not in your dreams. You are the bows from which your children, as living arrows, are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of infinite, and he bends his might so that the arrow can go swift and far. This whole poem has been a kind of parenting mantra for me. But the question was, am I living like that parent whom this author is quoting? Am I that bow which is helping the arrow called child to go far and wide? Now I used to see my son. He was in. He went to one school. Then I shifted to another school, thinking that's a better school. Then he went to that school. That wonderful infrastructure, like that, a swimming pool, and they had basketball court. Everything was there, and it was like it looked good for me when I made him to join when he was in 6th standard. He went to that school. Then he came to 9th standard. 9th standard he came, that is last year, September. I was asked by the school to come over and talk to them. So I went to the school. Then they had a cardboard like, what do you call it, examination pad like this. And they asked me that you need to sign a declaration. And what the declaration is, your son is in 9th standard. And we will be evaluating him throughout the year. By the end of the year, if he is not able to live up to the requirements of the school's expectations, you need to take the responsibility. And you need to sign it. I thought I will not sign. Then they said, all of them have signed. That means other parents have signed. So you have to sign. So it's something like if all the sheep is going to some village and going to a slaughterhouse, you also go. Then I said, I'm not going to sign that. I'm not going to do that. Then I got very furious. My son came in the evening. We went to an ice cream parlor. I asked him only one question. Are you enjoying your school? He said, Papa, till last year I was okay, I was enjoying. This year, my math teacher, science teacher, social teacher, English teacher, all of them have changed. And now what has happened? Now I am sending him for tuition for Hindi at near Brigade Millennium, which is near in Gardenia, where Vichara stays in that apartment complex. He goes for Hindi tuition by 4:30, then completes and takes the Rapido and goes to Gandhi Bazaar for maths tuition and comes back. Now that is his life now. Then I said, Vishesh, if you are not enjoying your school, today is the last day of your school. And it was September, I had paid the amount, all payment made to the school. Then while coming back in the car, we came to the parking lot. He said, Papa, I would not have taken the decision for my own child, what you have taken today. Then I said, life is a game, not an exam. If you're not playing the game, there's no point in writing the exams of life. Then I didn't know what to do next. I only knew that I will take him out of the school. I got him out of the school with no worry, no thought about how he'll go about. My only thought was, at his age, he's more smarter than me, what I was at that age. So if I have become something, he'll become something. So that was the only confidence I had. Then I took him out. Then we found he loves basketball. Then I said, good wishes, you play basketball. What about studies? That we'll see later. Then I sent him to Jaipur. For 4 months, he was there in an academy where they were supporting basketball as a sport. So he was there with one person called Man Singh for 4 months. Then he called up one day and he said, now book me a flight. I said, I'll not book a flight, come by train. Have the experience of India. So he came by train. Then next what? There's a question. Then I said, oh, NOS, let's join NOS. So I made him to join NOS. He joined NOS, but no teachers. And suddenly I found one school called Beyond 8, a new age school. I'm putting there. Today he's enjoying his life. He's there at Beyond 8. Now, one of the things what parents like me usually feel is, how do we take that leap of faith? When many people are going and joining traditional schools, what will my relatives say? What will my friends say? How will we introduce my child to those people? Now, my question has been, do I need to live for the society or to live to the joy, to give the joy to the child himself? So the joy of the child comes first. And I feel that I'll be the trendsetter. I'll be that person who will take that leap of faith because I want him to enjoy life. I want him to have that life which a child should have, not to make the child an adult in his childhood. So that's the kind of leap of faith I have taken. It's a work in progress. It's not yet complete. The future, I don't know how it's going to be. But only one thing I know, that I will never regret the decision, what I took for my child. That's what I know as of now. And rest, life is beautiful and we'll take it there.
I'm thankful to Darshan ji, who has traveled all the way from Mysore. He is the CEO of a wonderful school called Purna Chetana. Purna Chetana means full consciousness. So current schooling system is not full consciousness, part consciousness. Okay, full consciousness, how they are doing their school, how they are bringing full consciousness in children, and how they are able to create 564 world record holders in a school of 564 children. I would like to ask Darshan, what is the secret? So you have some secret sauce?
Yeah. So whatever you explained to me, so we resonate. Like
Okay.
we are doing similar things. I just want all of them to get related with. So I have one 6 minutes video. We'll play it. So later I'll
Yeah, she's playing.
just share the success story.
You want to play something?
Yeah, she's playing.
Just 200 years ago,
Just 200 years ago,
our schools used to be temples of learning. Students from all over the world came here to learn. We had an extensive system of education built over thousands of years. Young minds joined the system and lived close to nature, asking questions without fear, exploring solutions without hesitation. Caring teachers helped children discover their inner abilities and slowly build their self-confidence. As they grew up, children used this confidence to develop their identities around their own abilities. Gurus trained them to earn a living, using their abilities and selflessly serve others. Teachers also gave great importance to help children discover innocence and peace within themselves. When children were at peace, they developed respect and empathy for others. Empathy led them to live in harmony with fellow beings and with nature. Our own ancestors were educated in this system. They had a clear sense of dharma, integrity, honesty, courage, and accountability, and jnana, specific subject expertise, creative problem solving, and ethical decision making. This ancient system of ours was systematically destroyed and forcibly replaced with a foreign model of education. It produced dehumanized manual labor for looting India and demoralized administrative servants for managing the loot. Today, 75 years after independence, all Indian schools follow this foreign model of education, a system that is designed to penalize children. Rote learning and spoon feeding in lower classes, suddenly thrown into a pass-fail system in higher classes. Children learn that success means compete, win, and consume. Career success is decided by marks. Those that don't get high marks are made to feel inferior, leading to identity issues. Conventional schools fail to recognize our unique Indian identity. They shame children into adopting Western attire not suitable for India. They continue to teach wrong history that devalues our heritage, culture, and traditions. High fees and poor teaching puts pressure on children to perform. So children have to enroll in tuition classes online or offline. Art and sports are treated as secondary to education. Schools and colleges today simply don't teach any innovation methods or leadership skills. They churn out thousands of demoralized students that are literate but unemployable. In 2017, a few volunteers came together in rural Mysore to rethink our education system, to build a new type of school. At Purna Chetana, we teach Purna or fulfillment with Chetana or dynamism through Dharma, which is our moral obligation towards our parents, teachers, loved ones, and society. Artha and Kama, a contribution to society that provides material and financial security. And Moksha, the ultimate gateway to peace that is beyond age, wealth, health, and knowledge. At Purna Chetana, children learn to celebrate their identity, patriotism, and ancient culture. We teach agriculture, cooking, and dairy farming. Each class has its own farming bed. Collective cooperation is rewarded. Children learn to cooperate, cultivate, harvest, and share. Purna Chetana offers free education to 20% students from poor communities and affordable fees for the rest, 80% lower than elite local schools. Purna Chetana follows a system designed to encourage children to learn and apply. It focuses on understanding through practical experiences unique for each child. Assessments are gamified and fun, designed to measure individual progress. Purna Chetana developed new teaching tools for 21st century skills in 2018, all of which are coincidentally specified in the new 2020 National Education Policy. We created the Buddhiman platform for teaching innovation and problem-solving skills at scale, not just in our school, but across to the general public. Since 2018, we have seen over 200% growth in enrollment despite the lockdown. We are seeing increased parent-teacher engagement. CBSE has highlighted our innovative teaching techniques. Local press, media, and government agencies have recognized our work. Traffic to our website and YouTube channel has almost doubled. We have a self-sustaining revenue model providing free education for deserving children. We have already secured 15 acres of land from Chetana Trust. So please join us in grooming responsible future citizens infused with ancient Indian wisdom, cheerful faces, enjoying every bit of their school lives, just like our ancestors.
I want you all to now pay.
So coincidentally, thoughts, everything is matching. So we try to, through 21st century skills, experiential learning and Bharatiya identity, we're trying to mold our children. And we are seeing that success. Recently, very big success rate is our kids actually created around 14 world records. In that, all 560 children were all involved. And this book is written by them. So around 104 authors wrote 189 stories. So this is published and available in Amazon and Flipkart. So we are selling so whatever kids have. And our kids actually, on the Smart Village theme, they designed robotic models for continuously 16 long hours. They built 68 robotic models, which again qualified for world record. And our kids are doing podcasts independently. So in our YouTube channel, we have around 4 distinguished guests. Our kids confidently podcasting, like they are talking with the guest and doing podcasts. So why I told all these things, many feel by alternate way of teaching, can we really, our kids can grow to some extent or the level we are expecting. So we can go beyond is what I wanted to tell through this platform. So that's what I just wanted to convey this and share the success story.
What are you going to do with this big program? What are you here?
So whatever success we have got, we are trying to improvise and bring it in a small remote model. We have since it's a mass education we are doing inside the schools, we couldn't able to create a personalized learning path there. So probably those challenges we can address it here in this school.
So you want to give personalized education, one-to-one teaching.
Correct.
What happened to teachers?
So teacher, I always tell artificial intelligence should be used to increase human intelligence. So we cannot replace humans. So we need to increase human intelligence through artificial intelligence. That's what we are trying to do. Our teachers are also getting trained in such a way where they are increasing their intelligence. And our campus basically, we have remodeled entire thing. So we didn't mention that in the video. So it's a 14-acre campus. We're not just thinking it as a school. So it is a Chetana Srishti Kshetra is what our vision is. The Consciousness Development Center. The translation of Chetana Srishti Kshetra is Consciousness Development Center, where whatever child requires for healthy development, we are trying to develop there. And it is not restricted to our school children. Any school children, anybody can come experience it. And whatever modules we develop there, we want to scale it up through WizKids or through online platforms, whatever. So that's how we are also remodeling our model, what we are trying to develop.
Thank you. Last I would like to call Shashidhar ji. Okay. So Shashidhar ji, he is driving a new school creation. So he is the CEO of the CEO of the school. So can you tell what is that you are trying to achieve and how people here can participate in this, either as partners or bring the children, and what they have to do?
Thank you. So, namaste to all Atma. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've done many ventures. My first venture was a data analytics company in US, and later on, I have done many technology ventures as well as social ventures. I even run an incubation center where I incubate startups. So most of my ventures have been either technology ventures or financially focused ventures, or even education ventures. Yes. However, this is the first time I am doing something called, or I'm not doing, I'm part of a divine venture. And this is not just my venture. This is a community initiative for all of us. This is an opportunity for all Light of Self Foundation team to connect. Because the mission Prabhuji has given me as a mission officer is to reach 1 lakh students. That's all. No, that's all. And this is not an easy, task, as you all know, because let me just give one historical reference. So we all know Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. I don't know how much you have all read about him. Please do read. When he was growing, when he was learning through experience. And he had a very good mentor. And his mother, of course, was a good mentor. And what he was seeing was everything around him was being controlled by the invaders. And our dharma was not safe. So our situation now is no different. Our situation now is education system which is bereft of dharma, our culture, our original thought process, and our children are being taught all nonsense. And we have the task, just like how Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj had, we have the task now to use the technology to bring back our old ancient education system. And Prabhuji uses one very nice anecdote called Ghar Ghar Gurukul. So this is a small step in that direction. Viskid Gurukul is the small step in that direction. So please join us and please connect with us. Thank you.
Thank you. So finally, I'll call upon the lady of the day, Sharada. Okay. So I have an interview now. Please come. Okay. Sharada ji, why are you taking up this?
I could not help but take it up, Guruji.
Why?
There is no other
Anyone
way,
force
because-
you?
No.
So why do you think this is important?
This is because I feel like I've been in this special education field. I have seen the pain the children go through when they are labeled like they cannot learn in normal school or normal education system. I feel the pain the children go through. When they come to us, like we feel they have a lot more abilities. When we teach them the way they learn, they are like they have all the capacity to realize their potential. That is so this is the good opportunity for me.
Okay. So what do you want to make out of it? Make this. And what is that you expect from people?
Because like I have seen parents and teachers supporting me in water. Like we have Chirantan's parent. He has been with us, I think, since the day I started, he has been with us. So that's the trust he has in me. So I want to uphold that trust and help them. It's a mutual, Guruji.
Okay, wonderful. So we wish you all the best. So do you know why Shal is here? She is creating a history by becoming head of first modern Gurukula in Indian school. So many more come. And she is remembered as the Palgirunda.
It's a very big thing, Guruji.
Okay, all the best. I wish Prabhuji
1 second.
Yeah.
So while you are presenting, she was watching very keenly and was collecting.
Ask for the date feedback.
So I just want.
Oh, okay, you can come. Whatever. What's your name? What's your name?
Supraja,
Supraja. What standard do you study?
7th.
Very good. So, Supraja, are you able to understand what I said? And does it connect with you? And what do you think we are doing is right? And what's your opinion?
Actually, the thing is, in my school, it's not really up to the mark of my school. I just feel, actually, in my class, everyone considers me as a different person just because of my intelligence. And the thing is, there are some things that I know, but most of them don't know, and they hate me because of that.
Oh. So, like example.
Like for example, now in science we're starting a new lesson about the human body and the circulatory system. I know that I already know how the heart functions and how it transfers the blood everywhere. But others they say, but my teacher's saying that I have to wait for the others. I felt like this is wrong, and I know that other people have a different pace than me. And actually, in my school, sports is considered as a third thing. Actually, we have in my sports room there are so many sports equipment, but they don't use any of them. Only balls. It's so disappointing. The only sport that we have is volleyball. Nothing else. We have shuttlecocks, rackets, cricket bats, everything, but we don't use them.
So what do you like? What sports do you like?
Nothing from there. That is why I went for badminton classes. I'm tired of that.
Okay. So you said you know about the circulatory system functioning. How did you know? Did you read somewhere? How do you know?
There's a YouTube channel that I watch regularly.
So YouTube channel can teach more than the teachers can teach. Then why do you need teachers? But the problem is teachers are not enabling you. They are slowing down. So if you have to study this, you have to come to 6th standard. If you have to study this, you have to come to 7th. Alright, Baba, 5th standard, I can study everything in the world. What do you have to wait me? I have to wait for 1 more year? That's the question. Is it correct?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Another year to learn something extremely simple.
That is the question. So that's where for children like this who are smart, who are actually can go forward, we have a syllabus. If you are able to learn this today, you are in the 5th standard, 6th standard, you want to learn 7th standard subject, 8th subject, you can learn it. We don't go by standard, we go by intelligence.
Guruji, ask her how she feels about learning languages.
Okay, about language, what do you say about language?
Actually, in my school, they don't support enough languages actually. And only 2-3 languages we have.
Okay.
English is the main. Hindi is the third and Kannada is the second. Actually, the thing is, many people don't have enough confidence in Kannada, first of all. And also in Hindi, only a few people have confidence, and I'm one of them. I'm not 100% professional in Kannada.
So what is wrong with the Kannada education language? What is wrong? So other
Like
things-
the thing is, most of the time we're focusing on something which is extremely important for the school, not for ourselves. Like they're saying, get good marks only for the sake of the school. Why not for ourselves?
Why if you get good marks, what happened to school?
They will get a good name and they'll get more people in class equals more profit.
So how does it? How do you think it? Your school has to work for you, not you work for school. How does the thing have to change?
And there are only a few small changes that I want.
Okay.
I want the studies and sports to be equal, not sports to be here and studies to be this much.
Very good.
And the thing is, they're putting only one major stress. We have to speak in only one language, it seems,
Which is language?
English.
Oh,
And we're not supposed to speak Kannada, Hindi, or any other language, which made me extremely disappointed. Because of this, I couldn't even speak in Kannada properly last few years. And also, the thing is, in my school, and especially in my class, there's only one major thing. Each student is divided for different reasons. Like for example, after every 2 weeks, and if some person is selected to be a class monitor, one person is selected to be a book collector, one person is selected to be a board cleaner. This happens every single 2 weeks, and people simply debate for that all the time for no reason. And for these 2 weeks, I am the class leader.
so you enjoy?
I am not enjoying. I thought monitoring the class is of no use. Even if we write their names, show to the teacher, and number of punishments they get, they don't change. They won't stop doing the same habits.
Okay. So now I'll make you principal of the school, new school. What will you do?
The first thing I would do, I want everything to go completely normal, and I want sports and studies to be equal, not separately imbalanced.
Very good.
I was watching you when Prabhuji was presenting. What excited you the most in the presentation?
The only thing that excited me the most is that AI will be used. My school doesn't even support anything actually.
So she told me she is interested in astronomy. Okay, so that interests her. So you are the education. Okay, now here in our school, okay, chief wisdom officer is there. Okay, so Darshan is the chief wisdom officer. His job is to bring wisdom. Now Darshan ji, how can she learn astronomy in our school? Can she?
Of course, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Of course we can.
So in your school, can you learn astronomy?
Actually, the thing is, in fourth standard, we had only one lesson dedicated to science and especially to astronomy.
Okay.
And then for the next few years, nothing. There's been no reference of
So
astronomy.
let us interview Darshan ji.
Hmm.
So will you be able to? Will she be able to learn astronomy in your school?
Yeah, that is the beauty of personalized learning part we are creating using
Okay.
AI. So, probably we don't know the timeline when we can offer this. So, but we can create such kind of personalized path and make them learn what they want, what they're good at,
What they like.
what they're good at.
I have a question. Okay. Come simple.
Yeah.
And I expect end of the day, we have to follow another curriculum. If you have started following the curriculum, you have to follow their subjects only. So how are you making that changes?
Okay.
For example, she is interested in astronomy. What about her certification, her this thing?
Okay, so CBSE or NIOS, whatever board we get affiliated, so they have certain subjects.
Yes.
We need to clear that.
Yes.
So that is for the certification. But why do we want certification for our child if knowledge is gained? Well, I hope I answered your question.
So she's interested in astronomy, right?
Correct.
What about, but even though she is interested, but she has to part of
She should be a part of other subject also.
Yeah, so minimum qualification, whatever to get that certification, we need to go through that. So that is why we are creating NIOS is very limited. So you just have to pass that and get a certificate. But other subjects which we need some kind of supremacy in that, so we need that kind of knowledge acquisition. So we can create a personalized path for them and try to gain that. So the evaluation or assessment will happen based on their knowledge acquiring skills, not related to some government board which qualifies as giving a 10th standard certificate of that certificate. That is required. But for that, we are going through some courses, but we are limiting that and we are giving more focus on the interest subject which the child is interested in.
She wants nature in mind. She can select.
Yeah. No, what I'm
She
saying.
is not subject in mind.
See, what's happening here, basically, the current syllabus is in the school system is outdated. So much of learning is there. Okay, NOS brings to this much. Okay, lighter load. Now, whatever time is available, we can use it for interest learning, special interest learning.
So
Now
nature will be our astronomy, and to pass out a 10 will
Pass out 10 will be
subject where
So another beauty here, madam, is if I have to regular school astronomy of use, I have to bring an astronomy teacher from stars. Where are you bring an astronomy teacher? Right? And we satisfy child's curiosity. For that, we can create a very advanced course in astronomy, which I can observe. Because of the technology, artificial intelligence, not because we have human teachers. That's all.
To answer your question, the key things which I have been of course with corporates for a long period of time. What are corporates looking at right now? They are looking at what is known as 3 P's: purpose, passion, perseverance. Okay, how much the person who's going for the interview is having that purpose-driven mindset, and what the passion in whatever he or she is doing, and the third one is perseverance. Will that person give up at the smallest challenge or will get going? That's the main thing what they're looking at. One is that. Second thing is, are we looking at somebody going after and quenching their thirst of knowledge? Or are we looking at somebody memorizing like a chip and then vomiting it out in the exam? What is that we are looking at? You know? So this child, if this child were to pursue astronomy, today she may pursue astronomy and she may go to Udemy. There are a lot of courses available in Udemy and all, where there are certified courses. My son want to do psychology and he enrolled in a certified course. And there are some medical doctors are attending some anatomic courses. So there are so many things available. So the quench gets that gets fulfilled, and that's the one which gets hunger gets fulfilled. And the child can go on expanding the knowledge. Knowledge is about expansion, not shrinkage. You know, and you're confined nowadays. That confinement is gone because of this. And the child redefines. That's the whole intention. So even from a corporate perspective or a work perspective, that's what people, and one more thing. It is said now, a person changes. There's a zillion, what do you call millennium, now some zillennium has come. So a person changes a career, how many times? Career. Job is changed 7 times in a span of 15 years. And a career is changed 3 times. That means that person becomes chef, then he'll get into science and do something on administration, then he'll go and do some project management. Career is changed. So are we preparing our children for confining them to one particular area or expanding them, because everything gets changed? What is relevant today will not be relevant tomorrow. So that's where the child has to get prepared for. And that can only happen when the child has got that inner hunger to go after newer things. And you keep going.
I would like to invite one more lady, Ashwini. She has twins, sir. He has a double problem. So what are the challenges you face in education of children? So she has 2 twins. Now let us listen to Ashwini ji for challenge of bringing up the. So, did you get any degree in parenting? So, what are the challenges faced with this education system?
Okay, my children now they're 11 years old and they're going to a reputed school in Bangalore. So what I am seeing is they're very stressed out. They're really brilliant, but every day is so difficult. Every day they have to study so much in school and then they come back. They have so much homework to do, and that's the main challenge I'm seeing, Guruji. And of course, there are very few schools in Bangalore. What I've seen who give for cultural values. So the school that I'm going to, it is giving that, but it's very once a week maybe you will have a bhajan class or something or whatever. It's only once a week or once a month or something. So it's important for them to have a strong foundation for spiritual and cultural values, which we are not able to give because school, the studies and then the homework, like Guruji said, they're not going to tuitions, no, but still until 10 o'clock in the night, they have homework, they have a lot of peer pressure. So they're not getting enough time. They were going for music classes, now I've stopped that. They were going for Bharatanatyam classes, now I've stopped that also. Because the 5th standard, they said there is, this year there is, for state syllabus, there is board exams. So there's a lot of pressure from the schools. So I just want to see how we can come out of that and they can study, they can learn other whatever activity they would like to.
Thank you, Shri. Finally, one question. Who does the homework?
Now, basically, they're using ChatGPT. So, that's how it's become now. Children are whatever, see, they have to buy heart and they have to learn a lot of things about, different things which is not really required. So they are using ChatGPT and they're just finishing it, but.
So here one more thing, one thing important thing I want to say. Okay. The examination system or the system of evaluation we are bringing in this new school, the ChatGPT cannot answer. It is all open-ended questions. ChatGPT can answer closed-ended questions. So open-ended questions, the ChatGPT cannot answer. In the regular schooling, the children are going, they will be spoiled because they give the homework and they do ChatGPT to learn. So in our schooling system, ChatGPT cannot solve the problem. And even parent cannot solve the problem. Only child, the intelligence can solve the problem. That's the challenge. So the questions which are asked, okay, ChatGPT or laptop cannot solve the problem. Child has to use intelligence and creativity. So Darshanji, can you give one question to the parents which parents cannot answer? So ask one question. So this cannot be found in ChatGPT. So what is the question?
Latest ChatGPT are actually
able to answer.
So now we are increasing our human intelligence to make sure child uses their brain. So let's say like we.
So ask one question. How many parents can answer?
Definitely. So during COVID, when we had challenging times, we created a platform called Buddhima in our school, and it was open to all the audience. So from across the world, around 800 kids participated in that. So questions were like this: like if football is shaped like a cube, football is shaped like a cube. How differently the game of football can be played? Imagine and express.
So anybody wants to attempt here? Try.
So when you need to answer such kind of questions, you need to close your eyes and imagine. So when you're imagining, your critical thinking ability, creativity, everything will. So we ask such kind of questions and trained our kids during the COVID. So open-ended and which opens their mind. So now we are finding new ways. So we are increasing our human intelligence and trying to frame evaluation or assessment models for the children. And in our school, we have open book evaluation. From class 3 to class 9, we do open book evaluation. One assessment will be open book. So kids come and say, I beg teachers not to give open book evaluation. Because understanding the question itself is a big challenge. They have access to notes, they have access to textbooks, but they cannot answer the question until they use their brains. So that kind of questions we are framing and giving. So we are also evolving and increasing our intelligence using the new tools. So that is the way of If we don't become creative and innovative, there is no relevance for us. So that's what I can say. Any school for that matter, any profession for that matter, should evolve, should have this kind of thought process. Otherwise, very hard. So that kind of thought process we need to bring in our children. So that's a responsibility we have. That is what we are trying to do.
Thank you very much. Oh, finally, everybody is attempting that football being square.
The field needs to change.
Yes, sir. Okay.
I have some other questions the others might have to answer.
Okay, the girl is challenging. So who can please? The girl is challenging. Anybody wants to attempt? Please raise your hand before the question is asked. Nobody.
I'll ask the question.
Okay.
The question is the sand called sand because it's between sea and land?
Quite possible.
And why is a building called a building when it's already built?
Which is the process of building. Oh, everybody has answer. I don't know.
Well, that's because English language is not.
And what is the major thing that you all usually have in your life? Like what tells you to achieve your goals? Like, is there anything that actually motivates you and will actually tell you to reach your goal? Anything?
Fear.
Exactly, fear.
Fear, not love.
Actually, the thing is, fear is the absence of courage and confidence.
Not always.
I just want to add
I have a small question.
Okay.
So it was very nice to be part of this. Actually, I'm Shubha and I have a yoga institute called purnayoga. So it was like a dreamland for me because if I was a child, I would have definitely joined this course. So that was my first thing, what I felt. So here, when you mentioned about, who also was part of the question, you mentioned equal weightage for the sports and the learning. Yeah. So here I come to understand the 6 hours of the training, whatever the learning process in the school. So the time is left for a kid so that whatever he wants to test, maybe he or she. So maybe in the future process, I understand that there might be a collaborations with the sports. Initially, maybe we are focusing on the AI and the learning thing. Maybe in the future, when the kid will have an opportunity of equal time distribution in the school itself, then 50% for the sports and 50% for the learning. So more kids, especially I have twin boys, when somebody was mentioning. So one is okay with his studies, the other says, I hate school. Okay, but you mentioned it is 10 to 12 years. My kid is already 14 years now. So I am struggling with what he wants to do with his sports now, because I have to support with the sport along with the school. So this will be also an opportunity for me to know that there is any in a thought process in the future. So it also helps for the parents, like this kind of a particular kid with the ambition to do with the sports along with the learning capability.
Definitely. That's the idea of freeing the time so that your academic load we are reducing and giving more time to do the development. Now the problem here is each child, there are multiple varieties of sports. Some else like basketball, some like tennis, and so on. So what we do is we give the freedom for the child to choose the particular thing and get trained. We are allowing the child to free. Some of them we can offer, but we cannot offer everything in the world. What is possible, we offer. And we say, okay, child, my dear child, you love this sports. This time is available to you. Like that, you are freeing the
14 years old, can we join now?
So your syllabus is flexible, age is also flexible, you have to decide.
Maybe
I believe it should be okay because the whole theme was age agnostic.
Age agnostic.
So I believe it should be fine.
correct. So we are brainstorming on it. So soon we'll have a lot of clarity on that.
Sharda madam will be able to.
And just wanted to tell how things work. So I
I
mean,
know this was our first platform to see, and I can see like a lot of parents and thoughts going on here
Yeah.
with the same experience with the parenting. So,
Thank you for the question. And I think Sharda Madam will be able to get back soon. Right?
Yeah, here just a demo happened, how thought process is shaping.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, just wanted to tell how our thought process, how values of biscuits is shaping. So the child was sitting there. We just identified she was able to connect and like able to watch that. Just gave an opportunity. She came, spoke, and gave insight which we didn't. Right? I mean, later also she got that confidence to ask questions to the parents. So that's what matters, right? I mean, so we just have to push them. We just have to give that confidence. In our school, like one child by name Mahesh Kumar, he's a very rural background child. So we identified and giving a free education in our school. He spoke continuously for 14 hours on Swami Vivekananda. So he created a world record in that, and he studied around 58 books on Swami Vivekananda and spoke continuously for 14 hours. So just telling me what exactly is required. So these are the values which are driving our new organization. So to encourage, to bring that confidence to the child and bring the best out of it, which is not happening in conventions.
Thank you.
I have one question.
Yeah.
How are you going to see the majority of the problem lies with today's education is the trainers or the mentors. Okay. Now the majority of problem is these children who passed with the highest mark, they went to engineering or medical.
Correct.
Whoever could not do anything, they became teachers.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's true. People, I mean, there's a lot of schools, they lack passion, they lack, they don't have a real understanding of children. And they have, unfortunately, there in that, in my engineering college itself, all the top students or the last benchers they started their companies, middle benchers started working there. Someone who had not much of an intelligence they became professors.
So just to add on to his, we had a parents teachers meeting, and the teacher said, "Don't worry." I mean, my son said, "Don't worry, Atta. You know what? I got 35% in my second class." My son came and said, "Mama, please, my sister, she got 35%."
So how are we planning to bring up the teachers, mentors?
Yeah.
How are we going to change the
That's exactly the problem we are addressing. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the problem we are trying to address. That's exactly the key problem of education.
Yes.
How to address that is what you are going to say.
So as a school, we face this problem very much. Okay. So all the teachers are from the conventional systems, and making them unlearn what they have learned and making them learn new things is very. I'm telling you, it's very hard. And also, as you rightly mentioned, all the cream have gone to different system. We are replacing this teacher ecosystem itself with the artificial intelligence. To answer your question, the teachers, now the role of a guru is played by an artificial intelligence.
What is a teacher?
Teacher, sorry, not guru, teacher. And
Don't touch me.
A counselor or emperor, we are terming it as emperor. So they fill the gap of human touch, encouraging them, making sure they're constant. So they are giving like what we did, confidence, building confidence in the children. All those roles will be played by emperor in the new model which we do. So artificial intelligence systems we are developing in such a way where there will be no gaps, which can fill like more than a teacher role.
The reason to ask this question is, what happens is ultimately the financial status is what matters. Why these people are not, passionate people are not getting the teaching jobs is that they are not earning enough. They are not contributing that much of money factor. That is why people are becoming engineers or medical doctors or somewhere. They are earning money. Teachers are not earning enough money. So unless we bring that financial.
Do you know your name, sir?
Kashyap.
Kashyap.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Kashyap. Madam, okay. Yeah. So Kashyap is actually has their family has educated background.
Yes.
So now Kashyap, sir, I am telling you, 10 years from now, schools will have no teachers. Mark my word. 10 years from now, companies will now no employees. 10 years from now, factories will have no workers. The reason is simple. Whatever we call as teachers, repetition 25 times or 50 times, that will be taken over by machines. Those who drop out in the education system also can't get a job because there is no job. So now what happens is that very good, valuable teachers are there. They'll start moving upwards. They have to be, like, for example, to create a problem, what will happen to the game when the football becomes square? The teacher has to think. Now teachers don't have to think. So when the machines start thinking, we have to rise one level above. So such teachers will be valuable, but such teachers are going to be paid well. The other lower level functionalities where repetition work is there will be taken on machines. So the schooling system which I see in the future will very highly value the teachers who are inspire us, motivate us, who can bring the best in the children, and most of the routine teaching will be taken over by AI, artificial intelligence. So this problem, what you are speaking of, will not be there in 10 years. So that we are seeing now, and we are trying to implement a system which is going to come in the days to come. So basically, teaching has to be done very well with the intelligent machines, which they're much smarter than us. Mentoring, guiding, helping the child grow, motivate the child has to be done in human touch. So that's what the role of teachers will be. So the problem which you are stating is very much there, but it's not going to be there. We are going to be the pioneers in that.
So rather,
somebody else had a question?
Rather to rephrase this question, right? So you don't need, really academically well done folks to come and teach in your school. Is that what you are saying? Is that the question?
That's my worry. If the passionate people are not there to teach, then the teaching is gone. Then the real, things.
So rather, how are you identifying the good teachers for you? See, for regular schools, see, if you go top of the right schools, so probably they will screen the marks of the teachers. Yeah. They'll say, hey, you got so much marks. Okay, they have a lot of role of interviews, and then they take. And then the people believing in the system, right? Okay, I am putting in this highest standard school where the teachers are screened for their academic background. Yeah. But in your case, how are you even selecting?
So usually what role a teacher plays in a convention school? So we are creating two different roles. One, the knowledge which is should be shared with the student. Another is the role of an empowerer, like building that confidence in the child. So what first part is taken over by the AI machines. It's done. The AI machines or AI whatever we are trying to create is more superior than the teacher. That part. Other part which requires a human touch. So that we are seeking, or like we are trying to fill that gap through the empowerers or the counselors who have the psychology background, where they know the child psychology better. They can empower and build in that confidence in the child. So that's the formula, that's the solution we are trying to bring into the new model of school.
The teacher should not be a subject expertise.
Not like that.
See, for example, in school, right? Sharda madam, the characteristics you are she is having. But say your vision is to reach 1 lakh people. So how will you even find such? See, she's on a personal level, she's motivated to do this. Yeah. Right? But not a lot of people are.
Correct. So basically, first thing is the people who are coming like this, they'll be well rewarded. It's going to be rewarding for them to take up this. Rewarding two ways. Bringing up a child in a beautiful way. That's the first reward. Nothing satisfies that. Second is financial also will make it rewarding. This is not going to be what I call education. This will have the fees will be there and a good amount of remuneration will come to them. So they will attract the quality people who will take up this. That's the answer. In terms of financial rewards. In terms of motivation, somebody who wants to help the child, so they will get the good. So both ways they will be rewarded.
And also training modules, and frameworks, everything will be.
So the systems and processes for bringing up their quality of the counseling will also be there. Anybody, any one question on Zoom, Gayatri? Zoom or YouTube?
Yes, sir, I have a question. Hello?
Yes, yes. So the question here is, the AI and ChatGPT or artificial intelligence, children will stop thinking. That is the question. That means our children's thinking ability comes down. So the key here is, okay, our education system, the AI and ChatGPT will give the knowledge, but thinking ability and wisdom and intelligence is created by the teachers. By giving them challenging problems to solve, experiential problem to solve. So the whole focus is not on memorizing, but to think creatively and solve problems which machine cannot, machine's help can be taken, but finally you have to do it. So the whole challenge of education for us now is to design an experiential learning system where the focus is not on the machine. Machine learning is, artificial is allowed to teach, that's for knowledge. But wisdom and experiential learning is what we are focusing on, creating challenging tasks for the child. So which the machine cannot help.
These kind of which schools, what you are planning to bring up is like small schools in various locations. Let's say in RR Nagar only you can have some 10 schools, 15 schools who are passionate people. They can have 10, 12 people only, that much only, and then they can
minimum is 10, maximum is 30.
Maximum 30.
Yeah,
You want it's a micro kind of structure.
Micro kind of structure.
But then how are you trying to handle the regulations for such schools?
We are not a school.
Huh?
We are not a school.
Okay.
We are not at a school. We are a schooling system. The platform, NIOS is Certification Authority. We are giving it education. The education is not governed by government. Schools are governed, but we are not a schooling. We are a platform where we are providing schooling.
It's kind of a micro schools around.
Micro schools. We hope that many micro schools will come up.
So for understanding the parameters code, say if I want my son to study at my home, I can go and take a
homeschooling.
Instead of my home, I will send it to someone else.
Maybe
When someone else
community schooling or something.
Community schooling. Right?
Correct.
That's correct. Numbers.
So because child is doing this and then one, I think 10th standard, 12th and the degree or the basic ones that they have to go to. So how do you get that child to write the 10th exam? Is it like an external exam that the child is writing? Because all these schools are driven by NCCI, CA and so on and so forth. So how does this model work with your school?
Okay.
Gayatri, where are you? Now Gayatri, she's there. So when her children went to IIT, and how did they she will explain?
Because IIT or any other
she'll explain.
That's correct.
That is the basic form.
Yes. NIOS, you can externally register and go write an exam in the specified examination hall which they will give, and they will give the certificate also. And 12th also follows the same. But whatever, if the child has to do a UPSC for this, again, there is a minimum quality of qualification of getting a degree. So he will get even if it is an open university degree, is also fine for them. But end of the day, they should crack UPSC prelims, UPSC mains, and then do whatever. Simple exam in India. So if IIT, they need to get into IIT, they need to crack JW. JW requires a specific skill, right? Our method is complementing.
I was also wondering, you said 14 or 16-year-old kid can get into IIT.
The minimum age requirement
So
for
there is a minimum age when you talk about the Karnataka State Board and the writing an exam. There is a minimum age to qualify to write that exam. So how are you managing this as well?
So it might be Karnataka or anything. After
just an example.
New education policy which is implemented, they have a clear set of goals, and it is aligned with the KSO, sorry, NIOS thing. NIOS says after 14 years, they can write 10 years.
It's only in the state board they have mentioning as 16 years,
Correct.
10th board or 12th. There is no any other restrictions. For example, if child is studying in IB also, there is no restriction. Even NIS criteria is only 40. If the child is 14 years, then they can
write 10th exam.
So NIOS has state board has 16 years as a qualification. NIOS has 14 years. And if you take 5 subjects, and pass the examination, you get a certificate which is equivalent to CBSE or state board from the government of India. And if you take 16 years of age and qualify that five subjects or 6 subjects, then you will get a certificate equivalent of PUC from the state board or CBSE. That's the government of India criteria. And NIOS is the largest open schooling system in the world. And many of us are not aware of that.
Going forward, or even for that matter now, they are not getting any jobs just on the certificate they have. It's all about skills.
Absolutely. I have at least 50% of the members in the team who are coming from various multiple countries.
You have that. It's all about skills. So our focus is on skill development.
We have changed the way of hiring them. We see skill set than.
Correct. What industry are you in?
Sorry?
What type of industry are you speaking?
I come from an IT background.
IT background.
So I'm into this AI. That's the bread and butter. So you must have a tech team as well with your
Yes,
school
any
to scale the AI.
Okay, there is a question on from YouTube or Zoom. What is the question?
We stay in Srinagar, Bangalore, and my child joined your school in Arangal.
Yeah, you stay in which area?
Srinagar.
Srinagar. How far is from Arangal?
It's south only.
7
Oh, yeah, maybe 5-6 kilometers. I think it should not be a problem for people who are Srinagar to travel to Arangal and join. And hopefully, we'll have a school in the Srinagar also. Madam, pray for us. Okay, a big school comes up in Srinagar. Till that time, you can have a child in the Arangal. Next question. Okay, thank you very much.
Maximum number is 30. So
Yeah.
minimum is 12.
So how it's decided is one is our capacity is a 3-bedroom house. We don't want big buildings. We don't want. Second thing is we want one counselor for 10 to 15 children. The ratio of counselor to children, we want to keep it constant. AI, see, 10 to 15 is a very good quality of attention. So beyond that, they cannot handle.
In that you have the range, let's say 6 years to 10 years. So 5 different age group children are there. So all of them are maybe studying together. That's it. Is it how?
See, the age is irrelevant for us. Intelligence matters. And each child gets education based on intelligence to AI machines. But
difficulty level increases, I think, based on their learning.
if the child is saying, that lady, astronomy, right? This girl starts astronomy lessons today. Tomorrow, the astronomy lessons compulsory will increase, like a game level 1, level 2. So next day, you say, oh, no, enough of astronomy. I don't want to go to astronomy. I want to go to moon also, you can say. So the complexity of learning will keep on increasing even our ability. So where we want to keep the counselor ratio not more than 10 to 15 per child. That's our limit. And we don't want to expand in terms of buildings, infrastructure. We don't want parents or we to spend money on infrastructure, poor value of education. So we'll have more schools, smaller. This is a micro model.
Is this already being done elsewhere already?
We are the pioneers, sir. Madam is the first pioneer in the world. So in the history of education in India, her name will be written. Please remember also. Right? So
her name is Sharada.
Sharada. Oh, okay. Her name is Sharada and the building is called Anugraha, Grace.
So we always, follow, she's like a principal madam. Okay. She always wanted to be sure, like, Sharada ma'am is okay. There's no fear.
So we wish more and more schools to come up in Raja. There are so many opportunities for everybody to open a school here. Many parents to admit their school children, and one person is asking for Srinagar. If anybody comes from Srinagar, if they are willing to open a school in Srinagar, we'll support. You want to open a school? So there are many more schools will come up in different parts of Bangalore, depending on interest shown by the partners, counselors. So we want to maintain the quality, not more than 10 to 15 children per counselor. That's the key.
She has it.
Yeah, yeah, question.
What is the process of learning when the child comes here? So you need AI-based learning, right? So everything happens through the laptop. Is it how is it going to?
Yeah. So yes, so they will interact with the AI avatars and learn. But all the activities, we make sure it happens to physical. So we'll give some reflection sheets where they can interact with the real world problem and real world things and reflect their
All done by the mentor. So they decide what is.
right. So we are creating a system where learning happens in the gamification way, and then assessment, and then experiential way, the project-based learning. So give a project where they need to interact with the real world and try to come up with a solution. In that process, learning happens.
So, madam, the answer to your question, we don't want the child to spend too much of time on laptop, screen time. So maybe half an hour, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. After that, a child has to do a project. So the focus is on the real application comes from projects. So that's where our value is.
Conceptual understanding, doubt clarification happens here, but all other things happen in the real world. Based on the problem.
If you are traditional school, if you are accustomed to syllabus for first standard syllabus, now you have to start learning projects 1, project 2, project 3, which child will go through. There's no question of syllabus, it's a question of projects. Okay, and every project is designed for creative thinking, problem solving, and we do not say, child, you have failed or succeeded in project. You have done the project. What are your learnings? Contemplate. We give a marks. We have given points for projects. We don't give marks for children comparison. A child here will not compare the other child. Each child will work for a better and better points and learn from the project rather than pass or fail. There's no pass and fail. There's no success and failure.
We have a framework defined for that. We keep as far as experiential. We keep it experiential, and we try to build 21st century skills and also the vastly identify. So our essence should also be that is our.
One more question is there.
How are the teachers selected and accommodated for different branches in background?
So we want to have counselors to come forward. Counselors who have handled children, who have experience with working with children as counselors or guides for the children. We would definitely love to talk to the counselors who have that experience. Second thing is the counselor should have a 3-bedroom space available to them, a little bit of furnishing, a counselor with the experience of 10 to 15 years of child counseling, plus a space of 3 bedrooms, and who fits into value of a schooling system. It's a different type of education, experiential education, Bharatiya Sanskrit based education. If this value system and experience is there, you would definitely like to talk to the counselors. The teachers are coming from Purna Chetana. They'll design the course, they'll work AI for systems and make a beautiful course available to the child. Finally, AI is the teacher. Next question.
AI, one of the challenges that we have is the control of the data.
Yeah.
So
we have,
for example, the Aryan image is still a popular media. So how are we controlling, making sure that we're doing the right thing?
Contents are owned by us. So we make sure contents are controlled, and like we that is a major challenge. We are addressing that. So whatever contents children are learning, it would be controlled by us and validated by us.
So Aryan English theory, okay. In schools, they blindly teach Aryan English. Okay. Here we know Aryan English the loopholes in that. We don't give one side view to the child. We give both the viewpoints and create a discussion with the child to understand what is the right thing to choose. We are not feeding and brainwashing the child. Instead of that, we are making the child contemplate, debate, and understand what is right. But the control of the content is with us. The child cannot access any content. The control. Yes, Ashwin, for the question. Yeah. You got it.
Children in the age bracket of 10 to 12 are more playful, and even though they're intelligent, all children may not have the quest for knowledge.
Yeah.
Once joined the system, how will the discipline aspect be inculcated? What will motivate the playful children to focus on knowledge base?
So the question is very wonderful question. Children in the age group of 10 to 12 are playful. Okay, they may not focus on knowledge. Very right question. We don't focus on knowledge at all. We focus on the play. We want to make education as a fun and entertainment and game rather than knowledge learning exercise. Why bore the child? Is the answer clear? So education today is boring because it's knowledge. Education, what we are bringing is education entertainment. It's a game. Learning through gamification.
I agree with you, because if child starts feeling interest in the thing, they will automatically.
If you are, let's say this lady, this girl starts a game of astronomy. So she's not studying astronomy. She starts the game of astronomy, and in the process she learns about it. The game level complexity keeps on increasing. Why will you not play?
Because at one point it will get too hard for me, which I don't feel
So
confident.
that is the place where you want to learn more about astronomy. So you want to study more. So the game is pushing you to learn more and more. Rather than learn and more and do the exam. We are the ulta.
I have experience because since actually also normally he never sits at home.
Yeah.
One place. Only with Sita he can sit around 40 to 1 hour.
If the interest is there, why doesn't child does it? And if the interesting games are given, interesting problem is present in an interesting way, why he can't do that? So any other questions?
Would it be possible for a demo class so that we get a very correct picture?
Okay, so demo class. We can create demo class, right? Sure, we'll. You have a question, okay.
Are there any supporting classes, something like this for the age higher than 10 to 12?
Our child is 10th standard. 10th standard. What is the support for? We'll give support for the counselor. So, I mean, of course, regular schooling with the instruction. So, what we are doing is we are trying to bring a evening and weekend courses for children who are there in other schools, but they can take the benefit of some benefit of this education system, which is not possible in the current school system. So, weekend and evening programs we are planning, but they are more related to technology, more related to entrepreneurship. Okay. So, any questions? Shall we close for the day?
Yeah.
Okay, let us close with the prayer. Yeah.
One more question. Put up that pen. One more question.
One more question. Okay, Gayatri, we were searching for you. So there was a question. Who will ask the question? The question is Helen. So the question was about NIOS, whether children are able to go through and get a good this thing in IIT and placement process. Basically, the process was the question of the process.
If I make my child go through NIOS, how do I get into
IIT?
Any higher education,
Professional courses.
professional courses, how do I get into? That was the question.
So.
Yeah, it's okay.
I believe.
No, let answer the question. The voice, let the voice come. So people who want to listen to voice, let them know.
So I have removed my elder son in 7th class. Supposing he wrote his 7th finals this year. By next year, he wrote 10th final. So in 1 year, he has completed 8th, 9th, and 10th syllabus. That he could do by himself. Because if not 8th and 9th is more or less the same syllabus. 10th, I think he took Khan Academy or something on YouTube. By use or Khan Academy. And then he finished up. After 10th, yes, for competitive exams, you need a kind of coaching. We have put him with a private individual in the coaching system. 11th and 12th, he went for the coaching. And in NIOS, the best part in NIOS is you can take only 3 academic subjects. So that way the geography, physics, chemistry, Sanskrit, French, German, or all the other things have come down. Because he already decided that he wanted to go to engineering. So that part was clear. So why study all the other subjects? Yeah, till 5th or 6th, you should have an overall idea of all the subjects that he got. That was enough. So after that, yes, he focused on the mainstream, and finally 12th and for 11th you don't have an exam in NIS. NIS conducts exam in 12th only. So the coaching was there, and along with that he found a lot of time to participate in all the programs of youth leadership thing. So that was the best part. Even there was a program where the people like Venkat sir or Shravan, they used to do mock interviews also. Like, how do you face an interview? Even though the children were very young, we had debate, public speaking. So he was not missing the school in any way, and all these were online. We didn't go offline for anything. So the same thing we applied for our younger son also. So
basically, do you have any regrets?
Huh?
Do you have any regrets or are you happy? Are you happy?
Actually, when I took this decision, people wanted to join me into Nimhans.
So finally, you're happy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
saved the fees.
Fees
Children
was
say-
like 2,000 compared to 1,75,000 in the Kumaran school.
Yeah. So you saved the fees. Your children saved the time.
Yeah.
And pressure also come down. That's the whole point. Thank you.
How the system of education motivates them to pursue challenging topics and knowledge which may require effort from his or her side.
So the basic, the question is how the system of education will make children pursue the topics of their choice or topic interest, and with the putting
Challenging topics.
challenging topics, then
Motivate them to pursue challenging topics and knowledge which may require effort from his or her side.
so the question is how this system of education make the children pursue the top subjects of interest of their choice, take up challenging tasks and pursue it. First of all, we are removing the mark system. You will not study anything because somebody else got a mark. I didn't get it. Somebody else got a rank. I didn't get it. You will not study. Motivation for rank is removed. Okay. So motivation for comparison is removed. The only motivation left for is to learn the subject. How does the subject become interesting? When you convert the subject into a game, because children are born to play games. They are not born to play study. They are born to play games. They enjoy gaming. The entire educational experience is we are trying to convert into a gaming experience. And game, the complexity level will keep on increasing. So the complexity level increases, the child is challenged to get more, study more for that particular subject. So it is I am competing with myself and my own skill level to go right to higher level. So how do I motivate? We motivate the child by giving more and more challenging problems in gamified way, interesting way, rather than making boring study. Okay.
Maybe the parent probably thought it's only fun, then how will they take up challenge?
No. Everything, fun. See, it's the ability of the teaching. Okay. Ultimately, the complex subjects you make into fun and challenging. So there is a great Nobel laureate called, his name is Feynman. Okay, Feynman is supposed to be great Nobel laureate. He's a physics Nobel laureate. He is always comes with a very wonderful theories. People ask him, what is the secret of your ability? So do you know what he said? So he said, the most complex problem of physics, I make it interesting to teach younger kids who don't understand the complex. So if I am able to create complex problem into simple and make it understand to the child, then I myself have understood the problem. Okay, please understand a teacher who talks too much, okay, very complex subjects. That means he has not understood. That's why he is bringing complexity. If you are evolved teacher, you make complex subject very simple and interesting. That's the actual value of teacher. An unevolved teacher will make simple subjects very complex. Look as if he is a very big scholar in the world. So our challenge as educators is to make the complex problem into simple and interesting and as a game challenge, and also bring real life experience. Actually, if you look at children, right, they would like to touch something, they would like to feel something. Okay, in the classroom, what we are doing, making them sit, see and hear. The 5 sensory inputs, we are depriving them. So in the experiential learning, we are bringing the 5 sensory inputs, and that makes them interesting. Complex problem becomes simpler, simple to understand. It becomes a game, and experiential and touch. So very simple. Get your hands dirty. That's the principle. Yes. We'll close for the day. Sharda bani, Sharda Murali alidara. Bani.
You doubt for the adults.
Oh, you have doubt for the adults. Okay. Just 1 minute. Bani. Asato ma satkamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya pratyorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. We wish Sharda ji and Murali ji all the best. Your success will determine the success of other Gurukulas. Okay? We are only planning a large number of Gurukulas. You are first in the series.
When is the school starting? Yeah.
This next academic year. Next academic year.
All of you, please have snacks. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay. Okay.